Hello and welcome to On The Bench LFC. I hope that you've all had a lovely day. In today's show, we are going to be talking about De Ligt and will he end up coming to LFC in a transfer window? Obviously, the summer transfer window is just around the corner. We've got lots of updates for you guys surrounding transfers, and I want to get your lots of views on who you would see come in the window. But we've got some other dates surrounding LFC as well to talk about. Thank you to everyone that's joining us live. For those that aren't watching this live and you're watching it back on a replay, please leave a thumbs up and let me know your views as well in the comment section down below. Right, ladies and gentlemen, how are you all doing? Hope you're all fan-dabby-dozy. So, De Ligt, what's he said today? What I'm going to do in this one is I'm going to get straight down to business with the updates, and then I am going to get to the live chat as well straight after. So, hope you're all well, all right? Right, so in today's LFC news, I've got lots of notes. You know what I'm like with my notes. Okay, so the first update is Liverpool have been handed the home dressing room for the Champions League final. That's right, we are the home team. The stadium manager has confirmed that Jurgen Klopp's side will now benefit from the facilities usually afforded to Atletico Madrid due to security reasons, apparently. The home dressing room is considerably bigger and plusher than the one that hosts the visiting teams. So, that was a bit of a mouthful, wasn't it? Plusher? You know, I'm like my words. Anyway, that's a bonus, isn't it? As we well know, we've got a massive game still left this season. Liverpool finished runners-up in the Premier League, but we've got a huge game in the Champions League final against Spurs, and they are in the visiting changing rooms, which isn't as plusher as ours, is it? So, I will take anything. Not that I think Liverpool need anything. I think we're going to outclass Spurs on the day, but I'm definitely going to take the bigger changing room, of course. Not that it affects us fans, eh? You know, it's not much bigger than my home here. Anyway, let's get down to it. Regarding transfers today as well, guys, right? Paul Joyce, he wanted to kind of put a dampener on things, but I've got a twist to it, as I always do. Paul Joyce said there will be no lavish spending this summer. The belief of Klopp and the owners is that the owners Fenway Sports Group is that the squad is effectively complete, give or take the odd tweak. Should any players depart, there may be some tweaks, and that is Paul Joyce saying that. But for my twist, drum roll please, ladies and gentlemen, I think if you're going to look at this correctly in the right way, then of course Liverpool aren't going to be saying before a massive Champions League game, yeah, we're going to be bringing in this player that may just replace you in the starting 11. We're going to be bringing in this player that means you've got to work harder. You know, they're not going to do that. Look, Liverpool Football Club, they're not going to want anything that is going to, you know, put any more added pressure on those lads before the Champions League final. Now, Klopp has given, if I'm right, because Liverpool are going to travel to Marbella. It's been confirmed it's Marbella that they've got the warm weather training from the 20th of May. That's for 10 days leading up to the final. But Klopp has given the lads 5 days off before that. So, you know, I think he's trying to take the stress away from him. He's trying to give him a break. He's taking them on a warm weather training. They've got to have their heads in the right frame of mind. So Paul Joyce saying that, does it mean that Liverpool aren't going to spend in the summer? No, it doesn't. Of course we may spend. Our pockets are going to be lined with more money this season from how good we performed in the Premier League. As I said in my live stream the other day, I said Liverpool are set to earn more than Man City this year. From the Premier League alone, and we got to the Champions League final, which we earn a considerable amount, don't we, just for doing that. Then all we've got to do, tick, is win the Champions League final, and that's even more money for Liverpool. So, you know, yes, I'm going to get talking about transfers massively in this stream as it goes on. We'll be taking live call-ins later as well, so stick around for that one, everyone. Hello, Emma, good to see you today. Leon, Tony, Mr. Mac, Jake, Chris, welcome to the live stream. Yeah, I'm going to be talking very much about the transfers, but I do want to point out that I think it very much does depend on the outgoings. However, we got some more updates today regarding those names that you lot are messaging me all today about. Do you reckon they're going to come in, Daz? De Ligt is one of those names. Right. What has De Ligt said today? Let me get it up. I've got a notepad in front of me. I've got notes on the computer as well. So let's talk about De Ligt quickly. So basically, De Ligt was asked about, was it his last game for Ajax? I like to call him Ajax because of how I speak, but Ajax. Is he going to leave? Is his future away from the club? And he was very coy when he was asked about it, basically. He said, has it been my last game at Ajax? I do not know yet, basically, is what he said. There are conversations, but there is still no agreement yet. With who? The newspaper's right, so choose one yourself, he said. So to me, as you all know on this channel, I like to dissect the wording of what players use, what managers use, what owners use, to see what's going on. Now, it's pretty obvious that this player is definitely moving because he's already pointed out that there are conversations, but there's still no agreement. Now, two clubs that look to me like, from what we can tell with the rumours, that are favourites are Barcelona and Liverpool. Barcelona have signed De Jong. They've got an agreement there that is, I did write it down somewhere in my notes, but there's so many I can't find it. That's for a substantial fee anyway. And basically, it was somewhere around the 75 million, I think it was. You lot will probably know that anyway. And a lot of people, when we're talking about De Ligt coming to Liverpool, are saying, but De Ligt may join him. Now, Barcelona, they're looking to offload a lot of their players in the transfer window. They want a rehaul. They've already pointed out that they need to be targeting players like Andy Robertson. Now, if you're going to be targeting players like Andy Robertson, then you're looking to spend 8 million on a player. Barcelona aren't going to do that, are they? So they are going to be looking to try and add De Ligt to De Jong for definite. But De Ligt is going to cost in the region of 80 million. He's basically, there's a lot of talk that he's going to be a record-breaking signature for a defender to whoever he moves to. And Barcelona need to offload the players like Philippe Coutinho before they end up signing someone like De Ligt. Now, is it because De Ligt is keeping his options open? Is it because there is talks between a club? Like, I believe that if Liverpool are after a centre-back, we're definitely putting our name in the hat for him because he is one of the best centre-backs in the world. Then, yeah, of course, Liverpool got to a Champions League final. Who did we kick out of Champions League? Barcelona. Who plays for Liverpool? Van Dijk. Now, in the title, I've put Agent Van Dijk because there's something that's come out today that is just a rumour, of course, because you know a lot of it is rumours at this stage. But Barcelona, apparently there's a few people there that are a bit concerned that Van Dijk is being a bit of a sneaky devil and he's trying to convince him to join Liverpool. Now, if that is true, then, you know, De Ligt partnering up with Van Dijk, it's a thing of dreams, isn't it? There's a lot to discuss as this stream goes on about how good our other defenders have been this season. Do we need one? I'm going to get to all of you in the live chat and find out your comments on that as well. But this with De Ligt, does he go to Barcelona? Can Barcelona afford him before they, you know, sell players such as Coutinho and stuff? This could give Liverpool a window in which we could get in there first. And especially if Agent Van Dijk, Van the man, is on the case, then I believe that we could just steal the march on him, to be honest. But we will have to wait and see. The transfer window, ladies and gentlemen, we've got more transfers to kind of talk about what's been said. But a lot of people have asked me today about the details regarding the transfer window, i.e. when does it open, when does it close. So I have got this here just to kind of read to explain to everyone, just in case people don't know. Let me get it up for you. So, right, so when does a transfer window officially open is one of the main questions. This year, the transfer window for the Premier League teams officially open on Thursday, May the 16th. So we're literally on top of silly season, as I call it. When is the transfer deadline day? Also, people have been asking that one. The transfer window for teams in the top flight will close on Thursday, the 8th of August at 5 p.m. So, obviously, there's plenty of time for Liverpool to make a few tweaks, as Paul Joyce would like to put it, maybe. Can teams make signings before the transfer window opens? Teams can agree deals before May the 16th, but the paperwork for the deal can't be processed until the transfer window has officially opened. Clubs can sign domestic-based players from May the 16th, but players who ply their trade abroad can only join on June the 9th. This is when the FIFA transfer matching system opens, which clubs have to use to register an international transfer. The buying club have to upload all the information to the system, and the foreign club have to match all of the details. So, there we go. And also there's another question. Is there a different window for loan signings? The window for loan signings is the same as those who are permanent. However, there are different rules. Premier League clubs cannot register more than 2 players on loan from clubs in the same country at any one time, while the maximum number of loan players a club can register is the same season is 4. A rule that also applies is one that states a Premier League club cannot have 2 players on loan from the same club at any one time. So I hope that kind of, for those that didn't know about the window, didn't know the details, because I have had a lot of messages today asking me about them details. So I thought that I would read that one out so everyone understands that didn't know. Okay, I know there will be a lot of you out there that will be like, Daz, we know this. I know. Anyway, so updated on De Ligt. I want to get your lot's views on that one. He has spoke. Will it be his last game for them? Who knows at this stage, but he said there has been talks, and obviously nothing has been agreed at the moment, but we could steal the march on Barcelona if we're after a centre-back, that is. What else have I got for you in the daily updates, everyone? Somebody asked me to keep an eye on João Felix for them this transfer window. Apparently Manchester City have joined the race for the Benfica starlet. João Felix, according to a bowler I saw today. Felix has been linked with Liverpool and a host of other top European clubs since breaking onto the scene in Portugal. He's netted 14 goals and made 7 assists this season, with his release clause set at 120 million. Now, do I think that Liverpool are going to sign Felix this summer transfer window? No, is my honest opinion. Am I anyone in the know? No. All I can do is just give you my personal opinion, as I always do. Try and dissect, like I like to do, all the rubbish reports, rumours, for the ones that I think are legit. Now, this was just something that I saw popped up today. A few people was asking me about him, so I thought it's worth a mention just to let you guys know about that. Nicolas Pepe refused to discuss his future at Lille following an incredible campaign in France. When asked about his next move, Pepe, who has been tipped to join Liverpool, replied, "We don't talk about it. The season is not over yet. Once it is finished, we will be able to talk about it. But now, no." Quite a lot of you have been asking me about Pepe. One, would I take him? The answer is yes, of course. I think he's a fantastic player. I think he would bring a lot to the team. But 2, there's been a lot of rumours today suggesting that Pepe is going to be a Liverpool player. So I thought I would read this out on the Daily Update show just to let you not know that he has said we don't talk about it at the moment. The season's not over. So I hope that's a bit of an update for everyone. Julian Brandt is another player that Liverpool's heavily linked with recently. To be honest, we've spoke about him a few times on the channel over, past couple of transfer windows, I would say. Liverpool and Borussia Dortmund look like the front runners for him. There's been something that was said today that apparently Brandt did tell Bild that he will 100% be staying with Leverkusen throughout this window. He will still be with them next season. However, he's got a 25 million release clause from what I can tell. He's 23 years old, obviously, still young. I would take him at Liverpool, like I said. He's created 11 assists this season and scored 6 goals as well. And see, but what I can tell from looking at everything online, everyone, is that it looks like it could very much be between Dortmund and Liverpool. Obviously, if Liverpool are in the market for Brandt as well, I believe Dortmund definitely look like they want to sign him. So obviously, let me know your views on all that as well. As this transfer window opens, as it goes on, if you're new to the channel, I will keep you updated on everything regarding Liverpool transfer-wise. We'll talk about the rumours. I'll dissect anything that I think doesn't look legit. I always try and break down what players have said, interviews, like I said, what owners say, the best I can, and and then we can talk about it, and I'll get your views on it as always. I see Jamal's in there saying thoughts on Aore. I'm not sure if I say his name, but he's a fantastic player. He's a player that Liverpool, there's been a few murmurs, isn't there, recently about Liverpool and now turning their attentions away from Fekir to maybe him. I haven't seen anything that suggests that Liverpool are definitely going to go in there for him. At this point in time, we'll have to wait and see, but very talented player that, yes, I like the look of what I see with him, but I'm sure we'll see a bit more because the rumours, it's silly season, we're going to see more, so we're going to have to dissect on that. A lot of people are asking me whether I think Liverpool are going to go back in for Fekir, so quickly, I'm just going to briefly go over this. Lyon president Ulas, thank God he's not Liverpool president, cannot stand him, has cast Nabil Fekir's future into doubt by admitting one star will leave this summer. Fekir almost joined Liverpool last year, but the deal fell through in the final stage. He has since captained Lyon to third in the League One table, scoring 9 goals and creating 7 more. Ulis, however, spoke to someone last week and said, if we qualify for the Champions League this season, we will only sell one player this summer. So, does that mean that Fekir will be that player? Does it mean that Fekir will end up coming to Liverpool? No, it does not, does it? It doesn't mean that at all. But as always, I will keep you updated regarding anyone. If there's a rumour to do with Liverpool, tell you what I think on it. Do Liverpool go back there? If he's a lot cheaper, maybe. Klopp did identify him as a player that he liked, but we shall see. That's just the update there for those that have been asking for that today. Let me see whether there's anything else for you lot in the way of updates before I can get down. There's also another player that has said, given basically his admiration for Liverpool as well, Domenico Berardi, basically. A lot of people might be like, who's that? But I know there's some of you that have mentioned his name, especially to me today. He said if he was able to choose where he would like to play, it would be Liverpool. But what I'm seeing online in general is that a lot of Liverpool fans are saying, look, he would have done us maybe a few seasons ago, but not really a big fan favourite going into this transfer window. So we shall see on that front as well. But do I think Liverpool are going to sign him? No. So let's just wait and see. As I like to point out, as always, guys, I'm the same as you. I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm not anyone in the know. I don't work for Liverpool. Wish I did. But I will just try my best to keep you guys updated on YouTube best as possible. Okay, right. So for those that have just joined, obviously, Liverpool have been given the home. Let me get back up to this because my brain's all over the place for every bit of information I've got for you. We've been given the home changing room for the Champions League final, which is a massive thing for Liverpool. People might be like, look, it's a changing room, it doesn't make a difference. But changing rooms can make a difference because according to their stadium manager, he says Liverpool are going to have the home facilities. Usually Atletico Madrid have it due to security reasons. The home dressing room is considerably bigger and plusher is the word that was used on this article than the one that hosts the visiting teams. So I think that is massive, to be honest. Let me know your views on that as always, everyone. Like I said, if you're not watching it live, your comments still matter on this channel. Leave them down below so that everyone can read them as well, and I will read them after the stream finishes. Henderson has spoken. Obviously, what a season by Liverpool. I'm really proud of them. We spoke about that after the Wolves game. John Henderson has admitted the disappointment of a second place finish in the Premier League will be tough in the next few days. It's been a great battle right until the end, Henderson said yesterday. Unfortunately, it's difficult walking around saying thank you to the fans, and we've got nothing to give back to them because they've been outstanding all season. It's hard and they've been amazing, but hopefully we can give them something in a Champions League final in a few weeks. Come on, Liverpool. We need that, don't we? Our focus needs to change to that quickly. Obviously, they've got 5 days off. Klopp's given them 5 days, like I said, before their warm weather training. He says focus needs to change that quickly. The next few days will be tough when we've got time to reflect, but football moves quickly and you've got to refocus and think about the future. After giving everything in midweek, it was always going to be difficult, but we did the job we needed to do, and that was win the game. I've got to say the lads have given everything. We can have no regrets. We've given everything for the game this season, but unfortunately City was better. So that's El Capitano, Jordan Henson, and what he had to say on basically, I'm guessing, how a lot of the Liverpool players are feeling. And just a bit of an insight really, which is, it's nice that the players can be honest, because that's the one thing that Liverpool fans want, isn't it? It's the players to be honest. We feel very close to the Liverpool players these days. I believe with the transfer window opening, I said it before, Liverpool are trying to sign players that they bleed Liverpool. They are Liverpool type players, not just mercenaries. And I feel a real connection with the team and the squad in a whole these days compared to maybe how I did a few years ago. So maybe a lot of you might agree with me on that one, and it's really nice to hear that the players are going to switch their focus over now, and I just want them to pick their chins up because they've been fantastic all year. And as he said, we've got Champions League final to focus on now, so come on Liverpool, come on Hendo, get them boys over the line for that one. Talking about Champions League final, Pochettino has spoke as well. He says he's held unbelievable Jurgen Klopp ahead of the Champions League final with Liverpool. The Tottenham boss will face off with his German counterpart in Madrid next month after overcoming Ajax in the semis. When asked about Liverpool's failure to lift the league title this season, Pochettino replied, "They will be disappointed now, but they made an amazing season, and for sure a little bit unlucky because of the points they got. Today they feel disappointed for sure, but tomorrow, like us, they start to think about the final." Indeed, Poch. Indeed, we shall be thinking about the final. A lot of Liverpool fans were already thinking about that final during the Wolves game, possibly, especially when we saw that City was winning their game. We was like, come on, we still got the final. We're going to bring it home. We're going to bring it home this year. Obviously, as I said, all I've seen online is a lot of Liverpool fans saying about other teams' fans giving them stick because we didn't quite win the league this year. And the one thing that I pointed out in my live stream afterwards was you got to keep your chins high, guys, because who was the team that took City all the way? Liverpool was the team that took City all the way. Not Manchester United, not Chelsea, not Spurs. There was a massive points gap between us and them, not Arsenal. So all their fans saying what they did, it doesn't matter. It means nothing to us. And there's only 2 teams in a Champions League final. That's Liverpool, so we should be massively proud of that, and Spurs. They've done really well to get there as well, but only one of the teams in the final can honestly say we did it last year and this year. 2 seasons in a row we got to Champions League final. Hold your heads high, everyone. We're Liverpool Football Club and I'm proud of my team, and nothing that any other fan online can say will make me feel any different. We just go again next year. Right. Oh God, it's such a good feeling to know that we've got Champions League finals still to come. What else have I got in this? Rightio. Let's get to the notes. So, let me know your views, everyone, on the De Ligt situation. I know a lot of you would have been typing away in the comment section, and we are obviously stick around for the rest of the show for some call-ins. I know a few people saying, am I taking call-ins tonight? I am indeed, but I just want to bounce off some of you for a little bit. As I said, Liverpool are travelling to Marbella on the 20th of May. That's been confirmed now for warm weather training. And there is something that I want to bring to people's attentions as well. And I will give you my views on it, and I want to get your lot's views. And it's regarding Phil Thompson and Philippe Coutinho. So Phil Thompson has suggested that LFC might have inserted a buyback clause into the sale of Coutinho. Obviously, Coutinho's only still 26, and I know there's a lot of Liverpool fans out there that want to re-sign him because Barcelona want rid of him. I did say that if Barcelona get rid of him before this transfer window, Liverpool lose out on 17 million because he hasn't quite played 100 games for them yet. So part of one of the add-ons was that he had to play a full 100 games to receive a further 17 million, and he hasn't achieved that yet. So basically, Phil Thompson said he would take him back in a heartbeat, but only if it's now, not in 12 months. So obviously, as always, I would love to hear all of the Liverpool supporters' views on Philippe Coutinho. My view on it is, I said it before, Philippe Coutinho, yes, you can't say that he's not a quality player, and he proved that he could score worldies and could be brilliant. I think Liverpool have took a next step. We've moved on from Philippe Coutinho personally. We play more as a team, more as a unit since he's not in there. Would he add to the power of us? Of course, adding a quality player to the team does, but there's other quality players out there as well. Look, Coutinho, he didn't want to play for Liverpool. He pushed for a move out of the club and he wanted to go, and he thought the grass was greener somewhere else. But the grass is only green where you water it. And I love that saying, and I saw a Liverpool fan put that online. So to me personally, I think avoid it. You know, if Barcelona want to sell him to someone else, let him go to someone else. I don't think he comes back to the Premier League. I think he ends up going to maybe PSG, somewhere like that. But let me know your views. I see Raiden saying he cannot defend. I agree. I think there was something to come out, wasn't there, Raiden, that Klopp was struggling to fit him into the team, into the system. He wasn't a massive fan of his pressing abilities. So, you know, would Jurgen Klopp want him back? Probably not, in my personal opinion. We used his funds wisely, and yeah, I think we move on. So, as always, let me know your views anyway. If you're enjoying the update so far, everyone, then please leave a thumbs up and don't forget to hit subscribe if you enjoy updates regarding the transfer window. We're going to have a big transfer window, hopefully, but we have definitely got to bear in mind that it will be the case, as Paul Joyce did say, that it might just be some tweaks. Do them tweaks mean that they're going to be massive players or backup players? We don't know at this point in time. But Liverpool are going to have the money to be able to spend in a transfer window for sure. And in my personal opinion, you've got the likes of Daniel Sturridge leaving. Origi's played himself into a new contract, so he's going to be staying. Adam Lallana, people are saying, may just leave in the transfer window. Other people are talking about, does Lovren want to hang around? You know, considers himself one of the best defenders in the world. Joel Matip played amazing towards the end of the season and looks to be a starter in the Champions League final against next to Virgil van Dijk. If we was to go and sign De Ligt, then surely that does mean that one of the centre-backs is not going to be content. I think that we do need at least four quality centre-backs for a good rotation throughout a long season if you're competing on all fronts. Are them four, if someone like De Ligt come in, would that be De Ligt, Van Dijk, Matip and Gomez? Would you put Lovren in ahead of one of them? Is Gomez at the point where you could say he's better than Lovren? He started the season fantastically. Does Gomez injuries stay at bay? So there's a lot of questions there, but I'm sure a lot will be answered in the transfer window. Richard Fink's in the building. Good to see you today, my friend Anthony. Good to see you as well. Nathan, the Emerald. Big shout out to all of you that's joined me live today. Hope you've all had a fantastic day. Leon Roberts says Ziyech. Quality player, would take him to Liverpool in a heartbeat, as Phil Thompson said about Philippe Coutinho. If I could pick out Coutinho and Ziyech, who would I pick? I would pick Ziyech, basically. That's my opinions on it. I think he's got a massive future. Does Ajax want to let anyone go? If De Ligt goes, which it looks like De Ligt's going, no, they don't want to lose any more players. De Jong, De Ligt. Do they want to see Ziyech go? They won't, but there's a 25 million release clause apparently on Ziyech. You'd be mad not to try and sign him for around the 25 million if those reports are true from what I've seen. Richard said, use that money. Lovren needs to be sold. How many others of you do agree with that? Eric says, hey Daz. Hey Eric, mate. How are you today? Hope you're well. Van says, good to see you back, mate. Thank you so much, Van. Good to see you in here as well tonight. Arman says, Liverpool fan from Iran. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Hope you're well. Massive shout out to you. Thank you for joining us. Thomas Billing says, yeah, reminds me of Mahrez. A lot of people say he reminds me of Mahrez. Do you know who he really honestly reminds me of? He reminds me of a young Christian Eriksen. And, you know, Liverpool was linked with Eriksen back in the day. We never signed him. And to be honest, now looking at the midfield, could we do with a playmaker like the Eriksen mould maybe? Yeah. Do I think Eriksen's going to play rubbish in the Champions League final because our midfield's going to walk all over him? Yes. DZB says, hi Daz. Hello DZB mate, good to see you tonight as well. Hope you're well, enjoying your 4 days off, my friend. De Ligt's agent issue might affect where he ends up. Yes, you're definitely right with that one. It may just have a knock-on effect for sure. Ken says, we need a cam first and foremost. You're not alone with that thoughts, my friend. I definitely think Liverpool need a playmaker, a cam role, someone that is versatile as well, can play a few different roles maybe in the team. I still have that view. It's kind of, you know, when we bought Shaq and we was like, yep, you know, people were saying he was the second choice to Fekir. We haven't seen a lot of Shaq, have we? He's done things for Liverpool, but I think we're yet to see the best of him. Are we going to see the best of Shaq? If he's not going to play week in, week out, and he's not matched up, possibly not. Could you go out there and get better than Shaq? Some people will say no, but in my personal opinion, yeah. You know, he's a brilliant player. He's done brilliant for us. When he's come on, he played in the game against Barcelona. How can you not say that anyone that played in that game, you know, don't deserve plaudits? But yeah, I still think a playmaker. I still think we're one playmaker short in that midfield role. We've got midfielders like Klopp said. You know, Klopp did speak about Hendo, Milner and Fabinho, for instance, and said against Barcelona they was like wolves that hadn't been fed for 8 weeks. So we've got hungry midfielders that want to work hard. Gini's scoring goals. Is he scoring more goals now? Yeah, you know, against Barcelona 2 goals. But I do want to see more goals from midfield. I do want to see a bit more flair. Maybe flair is the word that we're looking for. So is that something I would look to address in a transfer window? Yes. I did say 2 signings that I'd be looking to make is maybe a centre-back, and I would want De Ligt if I'm going for a centre. Look, there's not another centre-back out there that I would bring in. De Ligt is the one that I think we should make if we can get him. And like I said, an attacking midfielder. Thank you so much for the donation, Damien, my friend. Massive shout out to you. Hope you're well. He says, would you take Coutinho back? Because I wouldn't, because he doesn't fit our system, and Keita is going to be better than him, and we have Ox also. Yeah, Damien, thank you so much for the donation. Like I said, massive shout out. Yeah, like I said a few minutes ago, you probably missed it, my friend. I wouldn't take Coutinho back now. He didn't want to play for Liverpool. He thought the grass was greener somewhere else, and it wasn't. It didn't pan out for him. Don't get me wrong, he's a talented player. We know his capabilities. Would he strengthen our team? If he come back, would he strengthen our squad, should I say? Of course, because he's a quality player. But have Liverpool took the next step without him? Yes. Did we invest the money wisely? Yes. Is there other players out there that I think we should go after instead of Coutinho? Yes. Someone that looks at Liverpool as their final destination. Coutinho didn't look at Liverpool. Klopp did say to him, stay at Liverpool and you'll become a legend. He decided to ignore that, and look what happened. So to me personally, my personal views is no. I think look forwards away from Coutinho. But like I said, it's a shame that he didn't play the 100 games for Barcelona if they do sell him, because Liverpool are going to miss out on an extra 17 million for him. What else have we got? Thank you for joining us, everyone, in the live chat. Good to see you all. Don't forget, even if I'm missing the comments on this, I'll watch my live streams back afterwards, so I will see what you've said. Everyone that can't join us live, they'll be seeing your live chat as well. So it's very important that you do say how you feel on the topics that we're talking about. A lot of people would have joined because they would have seen the De Ligt thumbnail. The updates with De Ligt is basically, he said that there have been talks with other clubs, but nothing has been finalised. There's no agreements in place yet over a move. Barcelona and Liverpool are the 2 clubs that everyone's talking about as being in for him. My personal views is Barcelona have got to sell Coutinho and stuff first. So can Liverpool get in there? Yes, I think we've got time to get in. I think Liverpool will act fast in this transfer window. And also, like I said, there's a few murmurs, a few rumours that I've seen online that, and they are just rumours, that Barcelona are a little bit concerned that agent Van Dijk is on the case and trying to persuade De Ligt to come to Liverpool. Now, obviously, if Liverpool do want De Ligt and we are after a centre-back, then we have probably got a really good case in Van Dijk trying to persuade him, because why would he not want, you know, his countrymen to come and pair him, one of the best centre-backs in the world at 19 years old. He's going to be incredible moving forwards. Them two would make our backline even stronger, which they have been fantastic this year, our backline. So, yeah, but it would be even better, wouldn't it, in my opinion. Lubac says sign one, Brandt, 22 million. Milenkovic, 40 million. Havertz, 60 million. Thank you so much for your views there, Lubac. Good to see all of you putting in who you would sign. Ashley says, hey Daz, hope you're well. If LFC take Philip back, we will be happy. Will he be happy being a squad player? Because I don't see him taking anyone's place. Neither do I, Ash, mate. Neither do I, to be honest. That's what I see. You know, Will Coutinho, he knows what he did. Will he be happy, you know, to try and come back and mend things with the Liverpool fans? I don't know. And he's not going to get in the starting 11 all the time, is he? But look, this is something that I want to point out. When it comes to any transfers that we make in the summer, as I said before, it really depends on who leaves the club, whether a shock player in the starting 11 or one of the bigger names decide that they want to leave, which I don't think is the case. I think they're very happy and they want to go again next year for the title. Whoever does come to Liverpool are going to know that it's a big club competing on all fronts. They're going to know that they will get game time, but does it necessarily mean that they play week in, week out? Any top team that's done amazing over the years and wins a lot of stuff, you need to have quality players on the bench as well. Liverpool squad depth has been a lot better this year compared to what it was last year, but you know, we could make that even better, couldn't we? And there's top players out there that will come in that will want to fight for a first place. And in my honest look at it is that will only make the starting 11 players play even better, because they need to be looking over their shoulder going, God, in training the other day, you know, that player was immense. If I don't up my game, I'm not going to play on the weekend. That's what you need. I saw there was a Liverpool fan on Twitter earlier, and in a roundabout way, I can't remember the exact words, but in a roundabout way, his wording was Liverpool were lucky this season because Man City's squad, you know, is a lot more stronger than, like, their squad depth is a lot more stronger than what Liverpool's is. And I don't necessarily believe that we were lucky to keep up with City, so I didn't agree on that sense. But you do look at the squad difference and you do think, yeah, Liverpool, no, I don't believe we overachieved, because I think the team have worked really hard and I think they deserve it. But yeah, if we want to take the next step, then we do have to be matching City, don't we? And you look at the likes of Arsenal, I believe Spurs are going to spend, they didn't spend last summer, so getting to the Champions League final this year, I think they're going to spend. And Chelsea got the transfer ban. I don't think that's going to be overturned. But Manchester United, they're going to spend as well. The other teams, they're very much looking at trying to close the gap between Liverpool, City and them. So they're all going to be trying to spend big. So do Liverpool need to spend? The answer is yes, isn't it? But just how much do we spend on the players? Where has Klopp identified that Liverpool need to strengthen? It's going to be very good to look at that, you know. It's a long season, so you've got to rotate. So, yeah, a left-back, Moreno goes. Do you go out there and sign a quality left-back? A lot of people talking about bringing up the youth left-back. A goalkeeper, you know, Mignolet, does he go? People talking about, would Karius end up returning to Liverpool? Or do you go out and sign a goalkeeper? Or do you look at Kelleher? There's so much in a way of transfers that we could see come in that we possibly aren't even really talking about, but it's just what Klopp's looking at week in, week out. He knows where the weaknesses is that maybe we haven't spotted. Smile says Maguire or De Ligt and a striker, no mids, Ox is back, Keita is still new, plus Big Shaq will shine more in my opinion. Thank you so much, Smile. Yeah, you're not alone with the Maguire thing. There's other fans that I've seen online saying that they would take Maguire or De Ligt as well. So you've got a few people that are on the same wavelength with that one. Ox, it's going to be like a new signing for us next season. Hopefully the injuries stay at bay. We'd love to see that lad get back and hit the ground running next year. That would be fantastic. And as you rightly said, Keita's still new, started to find form towards the end of the season. Obviously the injury didn't help, but we are yet to see the best of Naby Keita as well. We're yet to see the best of all of our players. Think of the age of the lads. Trent's going to be better again next year. He's been amazing. Robbo's still young. All of them are fairly young. You're only looking at James Milner at 33 years old, that has he hit his ceiling of can he perform better than what he did this year for Liverpool next year? He's got a year left on his contract. Does he over the summer sign a contract extension with Liverpool? But the rest of them, they've still got a lot of room for improvements. And as you rightly said, Shaq will shine, in your opinion. He didn't get as much game time as possibly he would have liked and what maybe we thought he would, but there's a bedding in process with Jurgen Klopp. Robbo took ages before, to play for Liverpool. He was bedded in, wasn't he? Fabinho, people's going, what's wrong with Fabinho? We signed him. Why are we not seeing him? And look at how much now you're like, Robbo has to be in the starting 11. Fabinho has to be in the starting 11. So we're going to see even better from them players. Another years of experience, another Champions League final gone as well by that point. And Klopp working on new systems as well, because I think tactically there was talk that could Klopp tweak things tactically as well for next year to maybe try and get some of them draws that we got this year and turn them into wins. I don't know. There's loads to look forward to next season. Eric says we do need cover for Robbo. Yeah, I think we do need cover for Robbo. I said, in my opinion, that young Sessegnon, people say he's more of a left winger. I would have liked to have seen him, because then maybe he's cover for Mane and Robbo at the same time. But everything that I've seen today, a lot of messages that you lot have been sending me is they want to see someone cover that can play all of the front three spots. So if Bobby's out, if Mane's out or Salah, someone comes in. Is that Timo Werner? Because obviously the links are there. Could well be the case. He's very got a lot of pace, but it's not just the pace, he's clinical as well. And tactically, technically, he's a very gifted player as well. And we've already got Naby here, which is another friend to help bed him in, isn't it? So that's good to see. Valkyrie is saying Werner 4-2-3-1. Thank you so much for your opinion. Mr. Smooth says Fabinho is Vieira 2.0. Mr. Smooth, I'm hoping that in a few years' time we'll be talking about Vieira wasn't quite as good as Fabinho. But yeah, he's a fantastic player. Ewan says Fabinho is an absolute destroyer in that midfield. Love him already. Me too, mate. He's that holding midfielder that we've been crying out for years. We've got him now, and let's look at it. Fabinho coming in and being so good in that role has unleashed Jordan Henson to allow him to play that box-to-box role, which a lot of people on this channel, when I was saying before, Hendo's more of a box-to-box than he is a holding. A lot of people saying, no, he's not box-to-box. He's been so much better there, hasn't he? So hopefully Hendo carries on performing and playing that role next season for Liverpool as well. Cobra says, evening, Daz. Great to see you again, mate. Thank you, Cobra. Good to see you as well. Hope you're well. Please leave a thumbs up if you're enjoying the content so far. The updates, of course. A lot of transfer talk today because the transfer window is opening on the 16th of May, Thursday. And as I said, it ends on Thursday, the 8th of August at 5 p.m. So it's silly season is coming up, as I call it. A lot of transfer talk will be happening, especially on this channel. We will dissect all the rubbish from what we believe is true and then get your opinions as well. So, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be taking call-ins very shortly now. I believe that we should take some call-ins soon. So if you've got Skype and you'd be interested in getting your views heard over Skype, then please get your Skype on and set up ready, because I'll be going to that soon. Who else is in the live chat? If you've got any questions, ladies and gentlemen, regarding the transfers or anything Liverpool related, then please put it in there so that we can start to answer them. Adam says, hey bud. Hey Adam, good to see you, my friend. Massive fist bump to you. I hope you've had a fantastic day. Adam says Brewster and Wilson, fingers crossed. Two big names that I'm glad you brought up there, Adam, because Brewster, obviously, is he going to be like a new signing for Liverpool? He was guaranteed some first team football, I believe, and that is why he decided to sign that contract at Liverpool, stay with Liverpool. A lot of rumours suggesting that he was going to be moving to Germany. And he didn't. He stuck around. So, yeah, Brewster moving forwards for Liverpool. First team football. Very talented young player. Be fantastic to see him start to get some game time. Nigel says, hi, Daz and everyone. Good evening, Nigel. Good to see you in here. Hope you're well. Midfield 3 next season, says Nathan. Nathan, I'll be honest with you. I don't think you can pick a midfield 3 at the moment, to be honest, mate. We don't know who's going to come in. And, of course, as well, who is going to be our best midfield? Who will be the best midfield? We do not know. You've got Ox coming back. Fabinho, Millie and Hendo was fantastic. Genie's a fantastic player. How can you pick a 3 as it stands? Does Lallana leave the club in this window? Oh, I just don't know. Valkyrie says whoever is... Can't pronounce his name, but yes, the young youth player is excellent. Yeah, he scored, didn't he? He did score. Amazing to see you back on here. Dad said James Hart. Thank you so much, James. Good to see you tonight, my friend. Hope you've been well. Niraj says, who do you think that will play in the final? Who do I think will be Liverpool's starting 11 in the final? I think Bobby comes back into the team. I know Divok's been incredible, and especially against Wolves, you can just see the confidence oozing in him. His hold-up play, his pressing. I said, now Origi is pressing like the rest of the team presses. He has an understanding with the whole team now. And obviously he scores big goals. So I get that people are calling for him to come to start the Champions League final. But can you take Bobby out that front 3? He's been Mr. Reliable. The front 3, you always talk about the front 3 being so devastating. So Bobby comes back into it for me. And midfield, I think I'm going to have to say I like it when Milner can come on to calm things down. So I kind of feel like we have to, if Genie's all right, because he looked dead on his legs, didn't he, against Wolves at the end. Hendo, Genie and Fabinho from our midfield 3, and then the defence at the moment I think picks itself. You got Trent at right back, Robert at left back, and Matip's got a partner, Van Dijk, as well. And then Mignolet in goal. I'm joking. Alisson in goal all the way, isn't it? Interesting. I saw a couple of people said to me, if we go to penalties in the Champions League final, do you bring Mignolet on for it? And I was like, no, you can't do that. Alisson's a fantastic keeper. I know Mignolet had a bit of a record, didn't he, for penalties, but Alisson will stay in goal for the penalties. It's not even going to go to penalties. So Liverpool got it all the way. Yachez Koulibaly won't go to United. That's because Dylan's saying about Koulibaly or Umtiti. I know people rate them, Dylan. I'm not a fan. Koulibaly did fantastic against Mo Salah, didn't he, in the Champions League? So, yeah, I can see the qualities. I see what people see in him in that sense. But do I think that he could come in and play for Liverpool? He possibly could, but he's not someone that I would look at for the transfer window for me. Umtiti, nah, not for me, my friend. Again, not someone that I rate as much as someone like De Ligt. I think if you said to me, we're not going to sign De Ligt, but we're going to sign Maguire, Koulibaly or Umtiti, to be honest, I think I might go for a shout with Maguire, just for the pure fact that, Premier League experience, get slab-head in the squad. But if we're not going to get De Ligt, then I think Klopp is going to stick with the centre-backs that he's got, and he might just do that anyway. Dylan says De Ligt, then yeah, definitely De Ligt for me if we're going to get someone. Van says, Mings in goal, Daz, you think it's the Villa final 82? Yes. Oh dear. Buy Neymar and put him on the bench. Haha, says Aspafi. Yeah. God, I wouldn't want Neymar anywhere near our team. Hitting a fan, what a disgrace that lad is, eh? God, wouldn't want him anywhere near this club. How disrespectful is it to hit a fan? Unreal. Jamal says, would you like 6? Would I like, 6 Champions Leagues, mate? I would indeed. I would. I would love it. Jams says, hi guys, how are we doing? I'm very good, Jams. Good to see you in here, my friend. Hope you're well. A lot of you would have seen that you've been given mods as well. You've a lot more spanners in here. Obviously, like I said, I watch the streams back afterwards. I never miss comments, even I might not see it at the time, because YouTube doesn't always show everyone's comments. I don't always get to see them. So, I always watch it back and make sure I get to read everything everyone's saying. And a lot of people that I notice have been in the streams, as every single stream, I'm starting to reward people and mod them. But bear with me, if you're in streams all the time and I haven't modded you yet, then I am going to give you the mod soon, trust me. Mr. Smooth says, Nigel, glad you're a mod on this channel. Yes. Paul says, one player not mentioned is Pepe. Paul, good to see you tonight, my friend. I hope you're well. Pepe, I did mention at the beginning, for those that didn't see it, Pepe's basically, he said that it's not the time to talk about his future. Let me get this back up here for you. I've now got to delve into my notes. Pepe refused to discuss his future at Lille following an incredible campaign in France. When he was asked on his next move, Pepe said, we don't talk about it. The season is not over yet. Once it is finished, we will be able to talk about it, but not now, is his wording. So, and Ulla said that there will be one move, I believe, in the transfer window, and people was like, oh, it's Fekir, but there's a few names there that could well be moving, couldn't there? Pepe, though, from Pepe is one that I would definitely take from the French league. Ulus, Fekir, and then Aora, I think people are talking about, isn't it? But like I said, he said there'd be one move there. So the French league in general, that was my updates today from that, ladies and gentlemen. Right, let me get Skype set up so we can start to take some call-ins and get some Liverpool fans' views. Please leave a thumbs up if you have enjoyed the content so far, though, and I've really appreciated all of you joining. Obviously, there's massive talk about the transfers as the transfer window is opening on Thursday the 16th of May. It's just round the corner. Liverpool have got a Champions League final before anything major is going to happen, in my honest opinion. But of course we will dissect everything anyway, and there was a lot of rumours today that you guys was asking me about. And of course, what was the other thing that I had? It's gone now. Don't worry. I'm going to get this Skype set up and then we'll talk anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Right. The trusty headphone is going in and then I'll ask questions. So if you've got Skype, I will put the Skype badger up and the name. There we go. If you've got Skype and you want to call in the show, welcome to the channel, Mizero, my friend. Welcome. Thank you for subscribing. If you've got Skype and you want to call into a show, all you need to do is add On The Bench LFC, all in smalls, and you can phone in and have your say. There's a good group of LFC supporters on there. I love them. You will love them too. Don't be shy. They really like hearing people call in and they respect your views, as do we all. Robert says Liverpool need an out-and-out striker. Bring something different up front. Robert, is Werner bringing something different to Liverpool? Because he's the main name that people are talking about. Is he going to bring something different up front? Yeah, maybe he does. It's definitely something to keep an eye on because he's clinical. I think if you lose Salah or Mane up front, you lose in pace. Werner's got that pace, hasn't he? I definitely get what you mean when you're talking about. Nigel says, oh, Pepe, I thought Pele was in front of Cop at end on Sunday. Oh, Nigel, yeah. I saw someone put online about he looked like Pele. What's his name? PSA says replace Lallana for Ziyech, Icardi back up for Bobby, and then De Ligt to replace Lovren. Can you imagine? That would be some big moves there, wouldn't it, PS, mate? It would be some big moves. Daz, was that Pele at Anfield with Trent on Sunday? Paul, that's what I was saying. I honestly, when I was watching it, I was like, it looks like Pele. It does. I do see what everyone's saying when they're saying it. Anthony says we need like a target 9, sort of a hold-up player. Anthony, could you see Divock now progressing into that role more for Liverpool? His hold-up play's been better as he's getting older as well. Get stronger, hopefully. Klopp was speaking about, building him up before, wasn't he? It never quite kick-started before for him, but hopefully it does now. Let's go for Sane, says Rajesh. Poaching Sane. Here we go. Hello, my friend.
Hello.
Obviously, state your name for everyone so that everyone knows who's calling, and then, we'll get down to it. What's your views on today's transfer updates?
So I'm Mr. Mac. How you doing?
Mr. Mac is in the house.
I completely agree with you that, like, if we're going to go for a defender, you got to go for De Ligt. There's no, like, if you think back to when Spurs were considered to have a great defence, it was because they had two at the back that were from the same country. They grew up in the squad together as well as they grew up nationally together. So it just makes sense. as well as think about De Ligt under Van Dijk, unreal. Under the best defender in the world at the moment, and someone who's considered to become the best defender in the world, unreal, and it would just be unreal.
Yeah, can you imagine? Like, we could have them two as a partnership for years, and then say
Yeah.
Van Dijk, not that I think that he's going to be amazing for years to come, but say his legs start going a bit as he gets older, then you've got De Ligt still being a spring chicken, basically.
Yeah. And he's just going to take over whatever Van Dijk was doing, and then you're getting another. It's learning to make it so Liverpool are always the step ahead and always have that backup ready to, come up through the ranks and take over from whenever someone has to, retire or they want to move on. Because sometimes players just want to move on because they're like, I've done everything and that's fair enough. I don't see Van Dijk doing that. He's going to be a LFC legend, and you can just tell it already. I wouldn't be surprised if he does like a John Anarisa and just stays on and it's part of the staff or something.
Yeah,
but,
he absolutely loves Liverpool, doesn't he? You can tell he does.
When he talks about it, and when he's his passion as well. You see it from the first game when he scored in that first game against Everton. Smacking the badge, absolutely loving it.
Yeah.
Even from that point, you can just tell he loves Liverpool.
So do you think he is being a secret agent for Liverpool at the moment? Do you think he's on the phone to De Ligt saying, if Liverpool are going to be coming in for you, then you need to come and join me at Liverpool? Because obviously having Van Dijk and knowing how highly he speaks of the club as well, and like we just said, he absolutely loves the club. Having someone like that already at us, De Ligt, surely being a young player as well, is going to be looking at him and being like, I could be his partner, national partnership as well, and he surely would look up at Van Dijk, even though he's a quality centre-back as well. He's going to be looking, how can you turn your head away from that? I know people talking about Barcelona's in there and De Jong, but I think that the more of the lure is being a partnership at the back with Van Dijk.
Yeah. I mean, there's no doubt that he obviously looks at Van Dijk and is like, that's where I want to be. I want to be like him. I want to be the best defender in the world, But I also think it comes down to De Ligt, wanting to be somewhere where he can feel like he can be there for years and not have to move around. I feel like he's that kind of player. I don't think Van Dijk's way in there, meeting up with him, having coffees and, going to the cinema, holding hands and doing that. But I think he's a bit if you remember when we signed Alisson, he said, Salah did message me and that cheeky message, what are you waiting for? And Alisson replied saying, I'm on my way. Things like that. I think there might be a little bit of that going on. Just little cheeky messages here and there. As soon as, that's why I was if we got to play Ajax in the final of the Champions League, De Ligt would see our fans and he'd be like, right, I've made my decision.
Anybody watching on and looking at Liverpool and what we've again achieved this season, Champions League final 2 years in a row. If you're a 19-year-old player that, yes, they did really well in the Champions League this year, they remind me of what Monaco was. Do you remember Monaco when they had Mbappe and all the young stars? And now Ajax, they're going to be fighting to keep hold of all their young players, and they're saying that they don't want many of them to leave, but you definitely see De Ligt now. He's speaking about there's talks already happened, but nothing has been finalised. But Ziyech is another one that Liverpool have been linked with. Do you see a move for him? And if so, do you think Liverpool? We've been linked with him before. Do you think we are keeping an eye on him? Do you see that he could be a possible move as well for us?
I don't think we're going for another midfielder this summer, because we signed two last summer, and technically rejuvenated two others. Wijnaldum came out of nowhere, and even Henderson later on in the season. I think Klopp's probably thinking, I'm fine in midfield right now. I don't need to make decisions there. I need to bolster, the depth of the squad rather than the starting 11. I think backup left back is a must. We need a backup left back because obviously Moreno's gone. He's going to be gone, thank God.
Has he even been at Liverpool for a while, apart from a few online things that he does where he's just like dancing and celebrating? He's like a mascot.
Yeah, well, I remember when the first season we signed him, when I bought FIFA that year, he had a crazy potential of like 89 or something, like at least 86. It was like crazy, and then just nothing. He didn't even get to, 79, let alone, it was just I don't know why he's still here. He's here probably for. To be fair, he probably likes Liverpool. He likes the atmosphere. He loves Anfield. Who wouldn't? But yeah, he's definitely gone. I think Mignolet deserves to go. He deserves to be a mid-table, like the first goalkeeper of a mid-table team. He's been so professional this season. I'm fine with him leaving and even getting. Apparently, is it Grabara, something like
that. Yeah, it's hard to say.
I can't pronounce my own name, let alone others. You know what I mean? So yeah, I even give him a shot as our second keeper. I'll be fine with that. I don't think we need to go out and buy one. I'm happy with Alisson just playing every game possible. And I also think we need I like a comment. There was a comment in the chat, and it said playing the 4-2-3-1 and buying Werner. I think that's really interesting. Having Firmino sit in more deeply, that would be really interesting to see. But with the amount of midfielders we got and the way that Klopp plays, I can't see that happening. But I do think we need a winger. We need a backup winger to keep the pressure off Mane and Salah having to play so many games. I know we've got Shaqiri in there, and obviously Oxlade can play on the wings as well, but I prefer him in that midfield role. So a Pepe or I would love a Leon Bailey. He's just sheer pace, When he was younger, he used to play as striker, so he can do that whole Salah. How Salah sometimes plays striker, he can do that as well. Because he's so quick, Leon Bailey. It'd be him and Mane in a race. I don't know who would win. I think the earth would just crack. They're just so quick.
It would be definitely interesting. I'd sign him just to see a race.
Yeah, just for that. I've seen all the things about Brandt as well. I personally wouldn't have him because he would probably play on wing, and he's not quick enough for the Liverpool way. You see it when Origi plays on the wing. He's not as good as when Origi plays in the middle. Like on the wing, he's just not quick enough in that sense. Like even when Wijnaldum's quicker than Brandt, I just don't think he's. If we played him at Cam, yeah, because he is creative. Like you said, he's how many assists was it? Like 11 assists, something like that. I'm not saying he's not a quality player. I just don't think we would sign him because if we did, I think we would play him on the wing, and that's not.
I've got this thing in my head that I think Brandt is a Klopp type player, but I feel like he would have been a Klopp type player maybe when Klopp first took over Liverpool. Does that make sense to you? Like he would have brought him in and worked with him to try and help build the team and the squad. But now we've kind of got to this stage that we're at. Does Brandt now come into it and improve what we've got? Or when you've got like the likes of Ox and stuff coming back, as long as the injuries stay at bay, that is where I see, do you need Brandt in that instance?
It's like you said, having Ox back is like having a new signing, isn't it? The way he was playing last season in the end, unreal. Seems like an absolute steal. To be fair, like the business Liverpool are doing is unreal. Because every time everyone's, it's too much for a defender. Yeah, well now he's the best defender in the world. Is he too much now? No, exactly. Everyone's saying like Alisson broke the world record again. Well, it broke it for like 5 minutes, but still, like completely worth every single penny the saves he's made this season. We got Salah. How cheap we get him for, and now he's worth quadruple the amount. When we got Ox, everyone's like, why are you getting him? That's why. It just seems like no matter what Klopp and the Liverpool team do, no matter who they get, it's working out. The only one that people might say, that one's not, is Keita. But I don't. I see Keita as more of a, he's a first season, has to work his way into it. The German league, everyone says like the German league and the English league are similar. Yes, they're similar, but they're not as, I don't want to say competitive. They're not as intense. It's so much more intense playing in the Premier League compared to the Bundesliga. I think he just needed to get used to that. Players running at him, and it is a harder league. So I think that just what comes into it. Players, get into the team in different ways. He's just slower than others. Doesn't mean he's not necessarily.
And learning to play Klopp's style of football as well, because
he's very specific, isn't it? So
because everyone was talking about, obviously, the team that he played at before played very similar to Klopp, but they didn't play Klopp's style of football. So Keita, he will take time to bed in, and he did start to come good at the end. Was he as good as what we was hoping that he was going to be so far this season? Not yet, but will we see him get better next year? Hopefully, because he has proven that he's got the capabilities.
Yeah, it's also like I feel like a lot of people, blew it out of proportion and felt like, he's going to be the next Gerrard. You can't place someone being the next Gerrard on someone's shoulders.
That happened with Jordan Henderson.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same with Jordan Henderson, but now that's that's gone now. He's, Klopp's pushed him up the field, and Hendo's just brilliant now. I think he's phenomenal. I think I'm just like, I love watching him play now. Whereas before it was a bit of a sideway passy. Now it's I don't even look behind me. I just go forward.
Give me the ball and I will run it up the pitch. How many nutmegs has Jordan Henderson done?
Skill in the box? Yeah, no problem. No problem, Barcelona. You know what I mean?
Yeah, unreal, mate. Unreal. What's your views as well, quickly, on obviously Liverpool? For anyone that's just joined, Liverpool have been given the home changing room for the Champions League final, which I think is a massive deal. Some people might be like, it's only a changing room, what's it matter? But I think it's another positive for us, isn't it, going into the final? What's your views on that?
I think it doesn't matter what changing room we're going to get, we're going to win. But I agree with you that it is a positive. It is a massive positive. It's the vibe in an away changing room, and as someone who I play football. I have to travel around London playing football for my university.
Yeah.
And, being in an away changing room is so much different than being in a home one. You can sense the difference, even if it's not. Either way, the changing room is technically an away changing room for both teams. But it's completely, it's like you said, the facilities are much better or at least snazzier. I can't remember the exact words you said.
It's a hard word. Hang on.
Yeah.
Let me try and get it. Because people will be like, it's not a hard word, but for me it is. It's considerably bigger and plusher. See, I can say it when I say that. I
think it's just because you're not used to saying it. It's such a, it's very plush. Oh, yes.
Who there'll be people out there that use the term plush, I'm sure, a lot. But for me, there's nothing plush around me. The closest word to it is flush. I'm like, yeah, that looks flush when I'm leveling it up.
You might say it by accident when you're trying to say the word flush.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Oh, definitely, mate. Look, it's been an absolute joy getting you on, and hopefully we've got a lot to talk about when it comes to De Ligt and the other players. But yeah, absolutely amazing, mate, as always.
I just want to quickly say, if you remember, I don't know if you remember, last season when we were in the final of the Champions League, I said to you, if we were going to win it, I'd send you the picture that me and my dad took when we last won it.
Yeah.
As well as a newer picture of taken when we won it. We didn't win it. But I'll keep that promise if we win it this season as well. I'll send it to you on Facebook.
Okay. I will hold you to that. Lovely. All right then, mate. I hope you stick around in the live chat anyway. And if any of you guys got any questions, then definitely shoot them his way, and I'm sure he'll answer them for you. Thank you, mate.
Cheers, mate. Good day.
Take care. Thanks, mate. Brilliant calling. How many of you obviously agreed with his views over the transfers? We spoke about Naby Keita. Are we going to see the best of him yet? Absolutely brilliant. For those that have just joined as well, that want to know about obviously De Ligt and what the situation is there. It's a 2-horse race at the moment, by the sounds of what we're seeing on social media, at least. Liverpool, Barcelona, or Liverpool definitely in for De Ligt, We have to wait and see on that one. But Barcelona, there is a lot of rumours suggesting that Barcelona are a little bit worried about agent Van Dijk trying to tap him up, basically trying to convince him to come to Liverpool. So, that would be good. And De Ligt did have to say for himself, let me get it back up for those that have just joined. He was basically really coy when asked over it. He says, has it been my last game for Ajax? I do not know yet. There are conversations, but there is still no agreement. With who? The newspapers write, so choose one yourself. So basically, he didn't want to entertain the interviewer with it, but it was very interesting. As I always say, you have to look at the wording in it, and my look on it is he's definitely a player that is moving from Ajax, saying there has been conversations. Could Ziyech be another player that is moving from them? Liverpool have been linked with him. Are we after him? Again, stick around on the channel as the transfer window opens, which is on Thursday, the 16th of May, so very soon. We will be dissecting all the transfer rumours as they come out. I'll be doing daily updates surrounding the transfers, every player that comes up. All you guys have got to do is ask me to follow someone as you lot normally do, and I will try my best to do that. The transfer window does end officially on Thursday the 8th of August at 5 p.m. as well. So it's silly season. We got plenty of time to get someone in. Paul Joyce did say that Liverpool won't be making lavish signings, I believe the terminology was, but he said depending on players basically leaving the club, there could be a few tweaks here and there. But my views on it was, of course, Liverpool aren't going to come out and say that we're going to be making big signings because we've still got the Champions League final to play. And why on earth would we try and unsettle the players that we've already got at the club by saying there's a big player coming in your position? It doesn't make sense at all, does it? No, it doesn't. So, as always, we shall see what does happen. Mr. Smooth says, Man City peaked. True story. You'll never walk alone. Man City have been fantastic over 2 years. Are Liverpool going to go one better next year? Let's hope that we do. We come very close this year. I'm very proud of the lads. Tommy Edge is in the building. Good to see you today, Tommy, mate. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've been well. Valkyrie says, no Fekir, not having a Lovren in midfield. Not having a Lovren in midfield. Valkyrie, not a fan of Fekir then. He basically says he's the same as Lovren. Cobra says, I don't think so, to Paul. So Paul and Cobra are having a conversation there. Tony says, I seen a fan earlier say we got lucky against Barca. I told him, never knew 4-0 scoreline was all luck. Wink, wink. I don't see at all anyone can say that Liverpool was lucky. If Liverpool would have, beat Barcelona, if it come down to that we just got through by one goal, in the sense of we only needed a 1-0 win and lucky own goal or something happened, then you could have said it was lucky. But to absolutely walk them off the park the way Liverpool did 4-0, that's not luck. There's no, football does have luck in it. Football has bad luck in it. But to play the way Liverpool did, to destroy Barcelona, and them players are still coming out, there's interviews still talking that they're saying it's really hard for them to try and get over that. Liverpool have destroyed Barcelona mentally and physically. We played them off the park. There's nothing to do with luck with that, is it? It's just sheer class. He is excellent, but he's injured half the time, mate, says Valkyrie. Yeah, talking about Fekir there. Has Fekir been injured this season? I don't know whether he's been injured this season, so I'm not too sure. I haven't really followed him too much this year, but I think he's held out, hasn't he? Liverpool need to look Modric or Cantara or Cruz, basically, is what Azabafi is saying. So you would like to see a Modric type player come in, and basically is the gist of what I took from that, my friend. Paul says, I'd sooner have Xabi Alonso over Coutinho any day. Xabi Alonso, I'd take Xabi Alonso over Coutinho still now, even at his age. Oh, right. Cobra says the season has been defined by little things. Company not getting sent off for that two-footed challenge on Salah. Stone's own goal not crossing the line by millimetres. 100%, my friend. Tony says Fekir hasn't been injured, but his form has been below par. So Tony's saying the form's not been great for Fekir this season, considering there's a lot of hype surrounding him and being one of France's main prospects, really, isn't it? Valkyrie says he has an ox level of injury before. He risks bringing it back every time he plays, and Xavi above all. Cobra and Aguero crossing the line by millimetres. An ex-ref said that Company should have been sent off in that game. If anyone else wants to call into the show, don't forget that the lines are now open. All you've got to do is have Skype and call on the bench LFC, all in smalls on it. It is free, that's why I use Skype as the platform for you to call in. So it doesn't cost you a penny, and you can get your your views out on the transfers. That's the main topic for today's one, with the transfer window just round the corner. Up says you came second. I'd call that bad luck. I wouldn't say it's bad luck to come second, my friend. I would say Liverpool played exceptionally well and City were fantastic. The only word that I could describe City for beating a team as good as what Liverpool was this year was fantastic, mate. So it's not bad luck, is it really? It's football. That's what it comes down to. And obviously you're a fan of another team, which, you're in the wrong stream there, buddy. Lubac says, I think Aora it has more potential than Fekir. Does anyone else agree with Lubac there? Would you take Aora over Fekir? Or there's other names being called. Obviously, you've got Pepe out there. We're being linked with Pepe very highly. He did not, however, in today's update, he did not want to talk about transfers. We've got a call in on the show. Hello, my friend. Please state your name for everyone to hear in the live chat, and what's your views on today's updates?
Hello, my name's Michael.
Good to have you on the show, Michael.
Yeah, I feel like what Liverpool did this season was pretty outstanding. This is the best team that we've seen in recent years, to be honest. I feel like we might need one or two years in order to get over that line and beat City to the title. But
yeah, do you think it, as Paul Joyce said, it would be a case of tweaking a few players because of players leaving the club, or even if no one was to leave in the summer, which they are going to, but would you have still signed the players, my friend?
Yeah, I'd still sign players. I said I posted in a group chat with my mates that I'd take a top striker or another like.
You still there, my friend? We've just lost you for a second. I don't know whether the mic's... Hello? Yeah, I can hear you now. I think the mic just went really quiet. Can you hear me? There we go. Really sorry about that, everyone. Obviously, it must have been a connection problem there. Michael, I hope you can hear me now, my friend, as I'm talking. Here we go.
Hello?
Hello. Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, go on, carry on, my friend.
I'd take someone like Griezmann or another defender like Van Dijk.
Yeah, Griezmann.
Yeah,
what a player Griezmann is like. It's interesting because people are talking about such big names being linked with Liverpool this transfer window because obviously how good we're being. Of course, there's top players out there, and I find it very interesting that people, there's only a few names that people really want at Liverpool, but there's so many quality players out there. Is there anyone that we're not really talking about that you think Liverpool have got a chance of signing that you would like to see come in?
Yeah, I'd probably take someone like I don't know whether people would agree with me, but Thomas Lemar, who used to play for Monaco.
Gone to Atletico, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I say that. It's just I just like the way he plays, and I don't know why, but I feel like he might do well under Klopp.
Well, it was a big time, wasn't there, where we was heavily linked with him and everyone was saying they would take him. Some people was like, no, he wouldn't suit. But interestingly, you think he would be a perfect Klopp-type player then?
Yeah, and he has got pace and with pace in this in this side, it's going to damage teams and everyone knows that. Especially even if you don't watch Liverpool, you've seen. Even if you don't watch Liverpool, you know how they play. They will break you. They will break you with that pace on the counter attack.
Yeah, that's our main strong point. And I think this season what we've seen is Liverpool haven't really had too many chances to counter teams. Because teams knew how devastating we was at it. But what we have found a way of doing is breaking them teams down that sit defensively against us, and we've got a lot better at that. So maybe in the transfer window, would you be looking at players that would add to being able to break those sort of teams down? Maybe not so much the pace route, but a plan B striker that's big in the air. Origi's done really well recently, but you know, when we signed Benteke, it was because he was meant to be this powerhouse in the air. Would you maybe look at that sort of a signing?
Yeah, I would also look at that sort of signing as well. It's basically as simple as anyone who can play across the front three, who's powerful in the air and is not afraid to take on and take the ball and absolutely run towards a goal.
Yeah. Yeah, Tommy Edge says he makes stars, he doesn't sign them. So, you know, talking about Jurgen Klopp there, are we going to see an Andy Robbo sort of signing in this transfer window? Have Liverpool already lined up the players that they are going to sign? And we're going to see a Fabinho type signing where we didn't know it was coming at all, and all of a sudden, boom, it's announced. What is your views on that, mate?
I
think we're losing you again, Michael. It's gone again. Don't worry, Michael. Thank you for calling into the show, Michael, mate. Let me just stop that there. Michael, thank you so much for calling into the show. I'll leave the lines open just to get some other callers to call in as well. It's a real pleasure getting you on the show, mate, and hearing your views. If anyone else wants to call in as well, Michael, hopefully we get you to call in on the show another time, mate. Obviously, there's a bit, I think it might just be the internet there, mate. Greets from Amsterdam, says Jeff. Welcome to the live stream, my friend. Massive shout out to you. Hope you're well, Bodder. Says hi. Big shout out to you as well. Thank you to everyone that's joining us live on this show tonight. Don't forget, if you're a Liverpool supporter and you enjoy keeping up to date with Liverpool transfers, especially with the transfer window just opening on Thursday, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and get involved. Hello, my friend. How are you? Hello? We did have another call in, but he's just gone off. Oh, right. Anyone that's calling in, here we go, another call in. Hello, state your name for everyone to hear, and how are you? No. I think people have just got a problem with their connections. So sorry to the viewers that are watching this at the moment. That's obviously got the problems there. I don't know what's happening. Right, anyway, Mohammed says, I wish we would sign Tadic. Interesting, because he's not a name that people are really talking about, but obviously he done really well this year. Donny is a player, don't stop running, says Jeff. Love it, Jeff. Ams says, we don't need Werner. Klopp will be looking to bring in Brewster. Ams, it's a very good point. I keep saying Brewster's been guaranteed some first team football for Liverpool. So we'll have to wait and see. Hello? Pip, I believe you're trying to call me, my friend, but there must be a problem with your mic, because I think the connection looks fine, but it's not working our end. Brewster won't do anything, so we need Werner, says Shay. So Shay's not a fan of, obviously, Brewster. Do you think that's just because of his age for you, Shay? Do you think he hasn't proven himself in your mind, and you want to see a proven player that's already playing for a top team out there come in? Let me know. Tadic, lol, no, says Too Hot. Very interesting. So Too Hot does not want to see Tadic come in. How many other people want to see Tadic? Would they like to see that in the transfer window, or are you the same as Too Hot and you really would not like to see that one happen? Tony Kelly says, I love winding up. Tony. Moise Keane is unhappy at Juventus, says Lou back. Oh, there's a lot of names that we've discussed tonight, really. It's really good to see these other names. Obviously, the main topic tonight was De Ligt. And for anyone who's just joined, De Ligt has said that there has been discussions over his future, but nothing has been agreed as of yet. The two teams that look, as far as what we can tell online, that look like they're the main runners for him is Barcelona and Liverpool. And the other rumours is that Barcelona are getting a bit worried that Liverpool's Virgil van Dijk is acting as a bit of a sneaky devil and trying to persuade him to come to Liverpool. Is that true? We'll have to wait and see, but I think, if Liverpool are going to put a bid down for De Ligt, then Van Dijk surely will be on the phone trying to get him to come and join him. Do Liverpool want a new centre-back in the transfer window though? That was another question for the live chat and for anyone that's watching it back. Do Liverpool need a new centre-back? Obviously we've got Joel Matip, Gomez and Lovren still at the club, as well as young Nat Phillips as well, which interestingly Nat Phillips is actually slightly older than Gomez, so that's an interesting one because we call him young Nat Phillips, but he's a little bit older than Gomez. So let me know your views on that as well. Mr. Smooth says, Daz, what about Anderson from West Ham? He's been a really good player for them, and I know a lot of FIFA players would definitely have taken him, especially FIFA Ultimate Team players. They would have wanted him as well because his inform was pretty tasty, wasn't it? DSB says, Daz, did you see that 5-year-old girl on Facebook playing football today? I didn't, DZB, I didn't actually. So, I see a lot of Liverpool stuff on that. So if it was something related to Liverpool, then I'm probably likely to come across it. Paul says, I'm surprised Jurgen Klopp didn't give Brewster a run out on Sunday. Mickey, when I asked Mickey about this and I said, why did you think Daniel Sturridge basically didn't play and get a couple of minutes, considering it could have been Daniel Sturridge's last match for Liverpool? Mickey said Klopp is there to win games, and basically Liverpool was only 2-0 up, and you've got to look at how Wolves were playing in that match. They gave us a good game, didn't they? So maybe it was just a case that Klopp didn't want any silly mistakes on the last game of the season. Brewster being very young, he had the injury. Did he want to just see the game out? Was that the case? I'm not too sure. So let me know, ladies and gentlemen. Are you thinking that Brewster should have had some minutes on the last game of the season? I definitely don't think we're going to see Brewster in a Champions League final because we didn't see him in the last game. I saw a couple of comments online saying Brewster might get a bit of game time in the Champions League final. That would be interesting for sure. Miss Hannah's, if we're 10-0 up, maybe. Miss Hannah says, what about going after Fekir again? Maybe. Miss Hannah, I said I would never close the door fully on thinking that Fekir could happen until he signs for another club. Chelsea was the other club that was linked with him, and Chelsea have got a transfer ban, and I don't think that's going to be overruled. Could Fekir go somewhere else? Yeah, of course he could. Did Liverpool pull out that deal? Apparently so, but would he be a lot cheaper this year? Yeah, he would be a lot cheaper. Did Klopp identify him as a player that he wanted to bring to Liverpool? Yeah, because he had done the interview for Liverpool. He was wearing the Liverpool top. We saw that. We saw the evidence. So could it be one that gets reignited? Look, at this point in time, it's the same as any other player that we're talking about. We just don't know as it stands. But what we do know is there's history there. Can that history be reignited? We'll have to wait and see. I'm a fan of him as a player though, personally. Love the cap, says Happy Times. Thank you so much, Happy Times. If you generally mean that. Obviously, some people say things like, absolutely love the hat, when really they mean, it looks ridiculous on you. Tom says, score prediction for the final, Daz. Tom, thank you so much for your question. I hope you're well today. Score prediction for the final. Obviously, we're going to do a build-up show, but I will give you a cheeky score prediction of 3-1 to Liverpool. Why not? Can we stop Moura? I'm not bothered about Harry Kane, to be honest. People talking about him being back. I think our centre-backs can deal with Harry Kane and Fabinho the way he plays. It's Moura that he's a bit of a fox in the box. He's on fire, isn't he? Look at what he did to Ajax. Yeah, he's their danger man. Son's dangerous as well. So I'll give him a cheeky goal, but Liverpool 3. So let me know your score predictions as well. Don't forget though, on this channel, we will be doing a build-up show for the Champions League final. We've got plenty of days in between now and then to talk so much about Champions League final. Obviously, I'll be giving you updates on the team, making sure we know who's going to be available for the final. Liverpool at the moment, Klopp has given the boys 5 days off. That was one of the updates today. They've got 5 days to relax before they do go on a warm weather training camp in Marbella. It's been confirmed it was either Mallorca or Marbella. Now they're going to Marbella. That starts on the 20th of May, and that I believe is for 10 days. So the lads, obviously, some of them, they looked shattered, didn't they, last game of the season? 5 days to recoup, and they go again. Paul saying hello to Furno. Good to see Furno in here. Hello, my friend. I hope you're well. One-off game. Anything can happen. Feel nervous about the final, says Mohammed. He's very right, mate. Anything can happen in football. We're well aware of that, aren't we, mate? That's why we love football. I mean, look, everyone ruled us out against Barcelona, didn't they? And we come back and won it 4-0. But if you're looking at Liverpool and what we've done this year, if you're looking at the mentality of Liverpool, if you're looking at us being in Champions League final last year, the experience that we've got with the European football compared to Spurs, then will the occasion get to Spurs as well? That's what we got to think. And we've got the home changing ground as well that we found out today. So a lot of positives for Liverpool fans to take into that final game. Paul says, Daz, did you notice something different about the last game? Paul, what? Enlighten me, my friend. What was different? Thomas says, what's Van Dijk's agent saying, Daz? Oh, no, Thomas, is that a bit confusing there? Agent Van Dijk worries Barcelona. Not Van Dijk's agent, my friend. Sorry, Thomas, if that was a bit confusing for you. Basically, it's just my little spin on it because Barcelona are a little bit concerned that Van Dijk is being a bit of a secret agent for Liverpool and trying to tap up De Ligt and bring him to Liverpool. He's trying to convince him, basically. So, yeah, I hope that's not too confusing for people. It's just, me with how I say things and that. I call him Agent Van Dijk in that scenario. But yeah, that's the rumour today. Do I believe it? Yeah, if Liverpool are going to put a price down and try and get him in, the rumoured fee is around 80 million. So it would be a world record signing for a centre-back. And I'd be very happy if we do match that. He's the centre-back that I want to see come in. And a lot of you Liverpool fans are agreeing with that as well. As I said, he spoke on it. Is it his last game at Ajax? He said, who knows? He said, basically, there has been discussions, but nothing has been agreed yet. So he's definitely leaving Ajax as long as there, a fee can be agreed. So we shall wait and see. I hope that helps anyone that's just joined the stream over De Ligt. Ferno says, I've got a business exam tomorrow, so I won't stick around for too long. No worries, Ferno, my friend. You've got to get your sleep in. It's important, your exams, my friend. Why does Barca not get a transfer ban? Interesting. Who knows there, mate? Who knows? One thing that I have seen today as well was a bit of an update I forgot to mention earlier. I think they are trying to get, is it Man City? Yeah, Man City a ban from the Champions League because of lying about some of their financial figures is something that I saw earlier, which is very, very interesting because we all said the one competition that Man City would have wanted to have won, they've won the league again, but the one that they would have wanted was the Champions League. Will they end up with a ban from the Champions League? We'll have to wait and see, but of course, subscribe to the channel, stick around if you haven't already, and I will update you on that as well. Will Man City and Pep Guardiola have to wait even longer for a Champions League final? If they're banned from it, who knows? Bob says pressure is high to win something now. Bob, you're 100% correct there, my friend. There is people out there saying that Liverpool need to win a title, need to win a trophy this year. In my opinion, we're winners already with the season that we've had. How much of the gap that we close between us and City? Of course I want to win the trophy. That would be an incredible achievement. And yeah, I believe last year it was very disappointing, wasn't it? So to go and win it this year would be a massive statement again by Liverpool Football Club. Yet another one that we would have made this year. So yeah, I want to go one step further and win that trophy. Daz, did you see my answer, says Paul? Let me just flick to that and see what you said. We didn't wear our new home jersey like we did last season. Yes, Paul. Somebody in the live chat during my watch along did actually say that the reason we wasn't wearing our home kit is because Liverpool could have won the Premier League trophy. So we wasn't allowed to wear our new home top for the last game of the year because we could have lifted it. So that was very interesting. Neves would cost 70 million, says Lou back. I don't think if you're talking about Ruben Neves from Wolves, a lot of people would like to sign him. He's a quality midfielder, but I think the whole situation with him at Wolves, I'm not too sure that that it would be very easy at all to sign Ruben Neves. So we'll have to wait, and see whether any teams do try and poach him. but I don't think that's going to be the case. Cobra says, on the bench LFC, I think it is to do with a 9 million shortfall in their books, and the Sheikh put in 9 million to balance the books. Not sure if it was via a sponsorship or via another method. Yeah, Cobra, that was... Yeah, I think in the article that I was reading, it was something along them lines, yeah. So, very interesting. We'll have to wait and see, won't we, how that one pans out. Will City be out of the Champions League for even longer? We shall see. J. Dop says, only thing keeping Liverpool from the title is oil money. Obviously, Klopp's net spend compared to City's was massive, wasn't it? They spent a lot of money. People talk about the only way that we're going to be able to compete with them really is if we improve our squad depth compared to what their squad depth is ridiculous. Will Liverpool do that this transfer window? We could do it. We've got the funds. Financially, Liverpool are going to earn from the Premier League alone more money than what City will this year. That was an update on the other day's live stream because of how many games we've had shown on TV and similar things like that. So, yeah, it's not by much, but we will earn more than them from the Premier League. We've gone all the way to the Champions League final, so we're going to earn a massive wad from that as well. And obviously, we go one step further and we win the Champions League. You know, Liverpool will have a lot of money this season to be able to spend if we want to. As I did say, though, this transfer window, you've got to look at, Chelsea can't spend because of the transfer ban. I don't think that'd be overall. Arsenal, Manchester United, they're going to want to spend big to try and close the gap between us and City and them. So the other team's going to spend big. Spurs are going to want to spend big as well. They've got to a Champions League final. They didn't spend last summer, so I do think they're going to be in a transfer window for players as well. So Liverpool need to act fast. I think if Liverpool are going for big players in this window, if we do, then we do need to act fast. Bob says Coutinho back. Interestingly, my friend, an update today that I said to people, Phil Thompson has suggested LFC might have a buyback clause in Philip Coutinho's sale to Barcelona, but he said that he would take him back in a heartbeat, but only if it was now and not wait another 12 months or whatever. For me personally, Coutinho thought the grass was greener at Barcelona. He wanted to move away from the club. Klopp sat him down and said to him, stay and become a legend at Liverpool. He decided to ignore that. He wanted to go there. And he made his decision. Now he's got, he's made his bed. He's got a lie in it for me. Liverpool have took the next step without Coutinho. We moved on. So do we look back at Coutinho? Look, if there's a really cheap buyout clause in there, which I don't believe there will be a very cheap one, then who knows what Liverpool would decide to do. But for me, I don't think Jurgen Klopp will be looking at him. Klopp, apparently there was suggestions that Klopp was struggling to fit him into the squad, into the team. So yeah, there's a lot of other players out there that excite me that Liverpool may look to sign as well. The one thing that I did say though at the beginning of the stream is if Barcelona do sell, which it looks like they're trying to sell Coutinho this transfer window, Liverpool will lose out on a further 17 million in add-ons because he didn't quite match the 100 games. He didn't play 100 games for Barcelona, and because of that, 17 million was another one of the add-ons that Liverpool needed. Another one of the add-ons that Liverpool lost out on was 4 point something million, and that was if Barcelona went on to win the Champions League final with Coutinho. And obviously, who kicked Barcelona out of the Champions League? Liverpool did. That's 4 point something million. Well wasted, in my opinion. Who needs 4 point something million when you can kick Barcelona out of Champions League and go and earn a lot of money anyway? George says, please can I have a shout out? George, Horsted and Stuff, massive shout out to you, my friend. Fist bump as well there, which I like to give everybody. I hope you've had a fantastic day, my friend. J Dop says, Anfield, don't want Coutinho back just like Suarez. Look what happened at Anfield. Who wants that back? Yeah. Exactly, I agree. Bob says, I would like to have Hazard than Coutinho. Obviously, will Eden Hazard end up moving to Real Madrid in the transfer window? There's a lot of stuff, a lot of talk today, isn't there, that apparently it's done, it's happening. How many years have we heard that? Too many years. With Chelsea's transfer ban, he will be a major loss to them, won't he? A major loss. Would you be happy for one of our rivals to buy Coutinho? The bad elf, I get what you're saying. To be honest, he was a quality player in the Premier League. Do I think he will go to one of our rivals? Probably not. My likely destination for him is either PSG or maybe even does he end up going somewhere like Juventus or something. possibly, but yeah, to the Premier League, with the way Coutinho still talks about Liverpool, you can tell that he's trying to, build a bridge back, isn't he, that he burnt. So does he end up doing that? I don't know. Look, if the money's right and it's on the table and he doesn't have many suitors and one of our rivals goes in for him, then it's possible that he goes there. But if he goes there, then it just shows, doesn't it, if he goes to a rival, that we're better off without him. Simple for me. Hard to improve a 97 points team, says Bob as well. You're very right, mate. A 97 points team is ridiculous. There's a few places that we could strengthen to help us, but 97 points is an incredible feat that we managed this year, and it will take some beating to match that. It will take some doing to match that next year. Incredible to try and beat it as well. Joshua says, I'd rather take Brandt than Coutinho. Remember what Klopp said to Coutinho before he left? Yep. Yeah, definitely. Joshua said Coutinho may join Neymar at PSG, assuming Neymar stays. Yep. That's kind of my beliefs as well. Stanley says Coutinho, Fekir and Lallana in. Coutinho and Fekir in, Lallana, Sturridge out. So Stanley wants to see Coutinho come back, and he would also like to see the Fekir interest ignited, and Lallana and Sturridge to go as well. A lot of people are under the illusion that Lallana could be a player that leaves Liverpool in this summer transfer window. Daniel Sturridge, Klopp was asked about that in his press conference leading up to Wolves, and he said, is it his last game? Who knows? But he didn't really want to talk about it then. So, but yeah, the transfer windows are open on Thursday the 16th of May, so we shall see what's definitely happening there. I'm pretty sure Daniel Sturridge is going to, go to another club. He doesn't get regular football, does he? He could go to another team and play regularly, surely. As long as his injury stat by and he plays for a team where it's not as demanding for him, then he could do a job for someone, get his clinical finishing back on. When he doesn't play week in, week out, and he's not match sharp, he's not as clinical, is he? Read an article online about Neymar saying he would want to test out the Premier League. If he ends up coming to the Premier League, it's been half a league out injured. The way he rolls around, the skill that he does, he's a fantastic player in the sense of his ability, but he's going to get absolutely battered in the Premier League, isn't he? No Premier League team player, a defender is just going to take him out. He's not going to let him skin him 4 times in a game. So would it be best for Neymar to avoid the league? Probably, especially if he tries to hit the fans in the league like he did the other day. Thorgan Hazard was linked for a while, says Lubac. Yeah. Lallana to Bournemouth, they will pay us 50 million for him for sure. 50 million for Adam Lallana. If someone stumps up 50 million, then Liverpool shouldn't turn it down, should they? But it won't happen. George says, I think we would try and sign Junior. George, mate, seriously, if Junior was available for a decent fee, then I think Liverpool would do well to look in that direction as well. Bob says Gomez, Milner, Fabinho a cover for fullback. You won't have 25 players top quality. Very true there, very true. Lol, love that Neymar comment, says Yadjinis. Sounds like a player that United would sign, says Cobra. What about Jota or Jimenez and Doherty as backup left back for Cody? Says Kieran. Obviously, they've played fantastic this year for Wolves. I think they've been brilliant. So, I don't know. I don't know whether Liverpool are going to be looking at them. Wolves are a very difficult team, I believe, to try and poach their players moving forwards. I think they're trying to build something there, and I think they are going to do well next season as well. Cobra says about the sounds like play from United, so I'm back there. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to catch up with the live chat. It's bouncing on me everywhere. Who's Robertson's backup, says Stanley. Moving forwards at the moment, I think, with Moreno looking likely to leave, you've got to look at James Milner's going to be the one. Paul Pugh straight on it with Milner in the live chat as well. So Paul's the same belief as me with that one. Milner's only got a year left on his contract, 33 years old. There's a lot of talk that James Milner's going to be in contract talks with Liverpool over the summer. He did say that he wanted to finish his career at Leeds, as Connor rightly said on the channel. So yeah, if James Milner has a contract extension at Liverpool, how long can Milner keep playing at this high level that we're seeing from him? But yeah, Milner's one of them versatile players that not many teams have, and we're lucky to have that. If we get an injury to a left back or right back, or Milner needs to fit in, he's that man, isn't he, at the moment? But he did a fantastic job having a fill-in against Barcelona, didn't he there? Bob says only Hazard would make a difference for us. So Bob is obviously a massive believer that we should go out and sign Hazard, from what I can make from your comments, Bob. Kieran says, will Grujic come back to replace Milner? I believe it was Grujic that you're talking about there. Grujic is doing all right, I believe. Has he got a future at Liverpool? I don't know. Was Liverpool sending him on loan to try and get the value up, boost the value up for him? Possibly. I like Grujic. I think Klopp wanted him to go away and basically learn more, add more to his game. And I think that was what he was tasked with doing. Has he done that by the time he comes back? Is there a place for him back at Liverpool? I don't know. Does Grujic come back? Does he go on another loan? Be interesting to see where Grujic's future is. You've got the same sort of situation with Wilson there. Wilson's getting to the age now where does he come back to Liverpool and push to try and get in and around the first team, or does he end up leaving the club? You know, Monis is saying Wilson as well. I believe that Wilson's getting to the age where he will want first team for, you know, he's good enough in my opinion to play for another Premier League club. So he might look for a move away from Liverpool if he doesn't start to see that there's a future for him to try and get in there. Absolutely brilliant player though, in my opinion. Joshua says, bye Lallana. I will keep remembering your goal against Norwich in extra time. What a goal that was, Joshua. Fantastic player around that time, wasn't he? Shame about the injuries with him. Real shame. Got all the ability, just shame that his body just couldn't keep up with the pace. Is it because of Jurgen Klopp's style? Could Lallana go to another team that doesn't quite play Klopp's style and do a job for him? Maybe. Arsenal wearing LFC kit, says Bodder. Matthew says, man, Money City are about to spend another 500 million this summer just to win the Prem and the Champs. I think they're going to try and spend a bit, aren't they, to try and get to Champions League, because all their fans have got the big question, what's going wrong? Why can't they win the Champions League? I think what's happened is there's been inspired performances. You know, Tottenham's inspired performance against City. Was Tottenham lucky against them? Probably. Could we have been seeing a Liverpool-Man City final this year? Yeah, it was more than likely that could have been the case. But Spurs did a job and they got there, so fair play to them. But yeah, are they going to spend to try and get there? It's more than likely so. So I do believe Liverpool should be spending this summer. To me, we should be. Paul says 25 million for Grujic. So Paul would be happy to take 25 million for him. You know, I think we could command a fee in around that region, Paul, for me. Kebab says, what's the chance of Mane leaving for Real Madrid and what would be a good replacement? I think it's very slim. We've seen the rumours come out about Real Madrid and Mane a lot. To be honest, I said the Mane out of our front three, when everyone was panicking last summer about our front three, I said the one player that was probably, not that it worried me, but out of the front three, I saw Mane being tempted to leave the most. I just felt like Bobby just fits this system so much under Jurgen Klopp. Would he be as effective anywhere else? Probably not. Mo Salah, you know, he tried it at Chelsea. Was he as good of a player back in them days? You know, he had the raw talent, but he didn't have the finished product, did he? Whereas he went away to Roma, improved his game, come to Liverpool. Salah, I think, benefits playing this Liverpool system as well. Mane is a quality player. Would Mane go to Real Madrid and smash it? Yes, he would. But do I think Mane wants to leave? No. I think he's happy. I think, all the lads can see that we're building something. Something's just around the corner. They're all in great spirits. The one thing that I always said though was Mane likes to be the main man, doesn't he? And when Salah was smashing it last year, was that affecting Mane a bit? Maybe, but this year, look, he scored as many goals as Salah this year, and may I add that Mane, Sadio Mane scored more non-penalty goals than Huddersfield Town this season. He scored 22 and Huddersfield scored 21. That's ridiculous. So, he don't need penalties to score that amount of goals. So I think he's more than happy to carry on ticking along and doing his thing as well. That front three is talked about around the world. So, yeah, do I think Mane's leaving in the summer? No, not for me, my friend. Klopp makes players express who they truly are. Absolutely great manager. Jamil, yes, I fully agree with that one. You just look, if Jose Mourinho signs Robertson, which he would have never have done because he's not that type of manager, but if he signed Andy Robertson, would Andy Robertson have been the best left back in the world? No. He had the talent, obviously, because it's in there, because you have to unlock it. But a lot of players, I believe, have got the talent inside them. It's how you utilise it and how you nurture them. And I think Klopp is the best manager in the world at doing that. I mean, you've only got to look as well. I mean, I take my hats off to Pochettino and what he's done with Spurs. They didn't spend last summer. He's trying to keep the team together. He's trying to build that as well. And he's got them to a Champions League final to play against us. There's certain managers that have a connection with their players and with the fans. And I think Jurgen Klopp is the best at that. And what he's done with our players has been incredible. He not only just with Liverpool, he did it at Dortmund, didn't he? He did it before that. He inspires players to take it to the next step, and that is just a sort of character that he is. And Jose Mourinho himself said that about Klopp. He said with the Barcelona result, he said it didn't come down to tactics, it doesn't come down to quality of player, it comes down to one man, and that was Jurgen Klopp, and what he instills in the players, and you know how he gets them to play for him, and the passion that he brings out of people. And I think that is what Klopp is all about. So yeah, that also is something that we've got to take a look at this transfer window when we're talking about these big names, De Ligt, and we're being linked with Ziyech and that. People might not look at Ziyech as a top name player yet. He's a quality player. What he achieved with the Champions League was brilliant this year. When we've been linked with other top players as well, you guys are talking about Pepe and stuff. Are we going to sign players like that, or are we going to say a Fabinho type player, which is a quality player, and he was a quality player, but someone that we're not talking about, someone that we don't know about, and all of a sudden out of the blue, boom. That's what I'm waiting to see. And Liverpool could already have that in the pipeline. So we just wait and see on that one. Louis in the building. He says, Daz, Louis, my friend, how are you? Fist bump for you, buddy. The Kilted's in as well. He says, hey guys, and hey Daz, I hope you are well. Hope you're all well. Yes, hope you're well as well, my friend. Good to see you all in here. Good to see some friendly faces tonight. And welcome to the live stream, everyone. Welcome to all the new subscribers as well. Obviously, the transfer window's opening on Thursday, the 16th of May. So we've got a lot more live streams like this coming up. If you haven't subscribed yet, but you're considering it, if you're a Liverpool supporter and you like to keep up to date with Liverpool, not just transfers, but updates, build-up shows, watch-alongs, match reactions, call-ins on the show, then yeah, definitely consider it. All the subscribers on this channel, they're very friendly. I love them. You will love them too. And don't be shy. If you're someone that just wants to sit there and watch it and not comment, then that's completely fine as well. But if you like to get your views heard, I believe this channel is very good at doing that. I'll try and read out as many comments as I can as well. Paul says, Daz, I had to put that Spurs fan on timeout. He's trying to stir up. Paul, you know, fair enough that you did that, but don't worry about the other fans, buddy. They can't stir us. Liverpool, we know how good we've been this year. We got a Champions League final. So yeah, take it with a pinch of salt is all I say. They're doing it all online, but we got a lot to be proud of, and no one can make me think any different about Liverpool this year. Daz is God. You'll never walk alone, says Mr. Smooth. Oh well, thank you so much, Mr. Smooth. I'm really not. I'm a Liverpool fan, basically. I'm just the same as you. Look, my kitchen's in the background, my son's in bed, my missus is watching Game of Thrones somewhere, probably in the bedroom, and I just come on here and talk about Liverpool. And the only thing that I do on this channel is I do a lot of dissecting when it comes to Liverpool, and I take a lot of time to take notes throughout the day and throughout the weeks and stuff about Liverpool, and make sure I know as much as I can to help keep you guys updated. A lot of you work long hours, you're at school, a lot of you at the moment in live chat saying, I've got exams tomorrow, I've got this and everything. So if you can just pop on here for 20 minutes and I can help update you and keep you updated with Liverpool, then it makes me happy that I can do that for you lot. So yeah, that's why I do it. But we're all just Liverpool fans, aren't we? But the best fans in the world at the same time. Nigel says City fans are definitely second best. Paul says, Daz, is great having you back, brother. My winter was dull without you, my friend. It's good to be back as well, mate. I missed all of you. I really did. You know, I was out a bit longer than what I had expected, but my health just took a turn and I'm back now. I'm back with a boom, hopefully. Bob says, any United player to make our bench stronger? Any of the United players? I don't want any United players at Liverpool, mate. Is it right that Liverpool players go to Man United players come to Liverpool? You know, I look at Rashford and I think Rashford's a quality player. I mean, I'm English, so I like the fact that we've got Rashford in the England setup. But yeah, do I think that he would get in our starting 11 over Bobby, Mane, Salah? No, not at all. Louis says, do you think there will be any De Ligt news? I've seen Barcelona fans quite confident there will be. Louis, there's been De Ligt news today, my friend. Like I said, there's rumours that obviously Barcelona are a little bit worried that Van Dijk's been trying to tap him up, but as I said before, it is just rumours. That is all we're seeing on that. But De Ligt has had his say as well. Let me just get my notes up here. This is what De Ligt had to say when asked on his future. There was an interviewer that asked him and he was pretty much coy over his future, but he did say, has it been my last game at the Johan Cruyff Arena, is his exact wording. I do not know yet, De Ligt said. There are conversations, but there is still no agreement. With who? The newspaper's right, so choose one yourself. So basically, he was being a bit funny, wasn't he, with the interview? Didn't want to get into it too much, but the fact that, as I said, when I dissect what players actually say, and I always look for quotations, I always say, look for the quotations. Everything else, just forget about it. Look for the speech marks, because they're the things that you go off. He says there are conversations, but there is still no agreement. So yeah, it does look like he's wanting a move out of Ajax when there was a few people out there saying that he's probably going to stay. I don't believe that's true. He's saying there's conversations, but no agreement still. So, you know, when he says there's no agreements as well, that doesn't sound like he's only in conversation with one club. If it was just Barcelona that was in for him, then it would have been there's still no agreement. And as long as those quotations wasn't spelt wrong, then the fact that he's talking about agreements and conversations means that there's more than one club, which we knew that would be anyway. 19 years old, he's a world-class centre-back. Yeah, there's going to be more than one club in after him, but it also sounds like he's open-minded, doesn't it? Because, you know, having conversations with a couple of clubs. But I did say, though, Barcelona have got to sell. They bought De Jong. You know, they've agreed to sign De Jong, 75 million, somewhere around that mark. De Ligt is going to cost around the 80 million mark. You know, that's a big fee. Barcelona are going to have to sell them players that they want to move out of the club. One of them is Coutinho. But Liverpool could have a window there that we could get in and still De Ligt. If that is, however, that we're after a centre-back, because who knows, Klopp could be happy with what we've got at the club already. We just have to wait and see on that one. Another update that I said to everyone today that Paul Joyce said was basically that Liverpool won't be making any lavish signings this summer transfer window. He said that the Liverpool owners and Jurgen Klopp are happy with the lads, basically, but with players leaving the club in the summer, there may be a few tweaks. But my look at it is, as I said before, you know, Liverpool Football Club aren't going to come out and say that we're going to sign big players when we've still got a Champions League to play. It doesn't make any sense to do that. So, yeah, take it with a pinch of salt what Paul Joyce has said there. You know, but it could just be the case that there's only a couple of tweaks to the setup, you know. As was put in the comment section earlier, 97 points is a massive feat. Do Liverpool only need a few tweaks? Possibly. That might be how Jurgen Klopp sees it. But, you know, a lot of Liverpool fans out there, a lot of fans out there saying the one way that Liverpool know that they could try and beat Man City next year when we go again is by, you know, improving the squad depth, because our squad depth is better than last season. Make it better than what it was again this season, and we've got a better chance, haven't we, at least? The Kilted says, meh, they always say that. Kilted, of course they do. Every single time. I mean, how many times did they say, we're not going to sign a goalkeeper? We're not going to sign a top goalkeeper. Alisson comes in, you know, within the week. We're not going to sign this player. Fabinho, all of a sudden, pops out of nowhere. But sometimes they're right, sometimes they are. Connor says, and you, mate, great to see you in the chat. Connor's in the building, good to see Connor. For anyone that doesn't know Connor is one of the lads along with Mickey, that if you look up here in the top right, if you're on Facebook and you do like Liverpool groups, Connor is one of the admins on that helps update that. It's on the Bench LFC Liverpool FC fans group. I think there's over 4,000 people on that group at the moment, so over 4,000 Liverpool fans on that. It's a place for you that you can share anything Liverpool basically and get other Liverpool fans' views. So definitely check that out if you want. And if you want to speak to Connor or Mickey and ask their opinions when I'm not live, then that's a good place to do that. And as well, if you're on Twitter, then please give me a follow out on the Bench LFC as well. Don't forget, I use Twitter quite a lot for dissecting rumours and looking at what's going on in the world. So I'll be on there every single day, and it's good to get you Liverpool fans following me on that, so I can follow you back and talk to you on there sometimes. We are going to be tracking flights again like we did with Van Dijk, says Tony Kelly. If Liverpool fans are the best in the world at tracking aeroplanes, my friend, and then the Merc as well, that's what we do best. Dirty Girl says, hi Daz, any rumours? Hello to you, my friend, good to see you in here tonight again. Any rumours? Yeah, just the De Ligt stuff really, and then for anyone that's just joined that wants to know about the other stuff, obviously Nicolas Pepe, that is a big name that everyone's talking about at the moment. He refused to discuss his future at Lille following an incredible campaign in France. When asked about his next move, Pepe, who's been heavily linked with Liverpool, replied, we don't talk about it. The season is not over yet. Once it is finished, we'll be able to talk about it, but not now. So he doesn't want to talk about the future, but he did say once the season's over, then we can talk about it. So Pepe obviously been linked heavily with Liverpool, especially today. There was a lot of rumours suggesting that it's possible that he could come our way. We're just going to have to wait for the season to be finished and then find out what he says. Julian Brandt, a lot of people are saying that it's between Liverpool and Borussia Dortmund to sign him this year. In my opinion, I think Borussia Dortmund are probably the favourites there. But for 25 million is the release clause that people are suggesting. 23 years old, he's a quality player. 11 assists this season for him and 6 goals. A good return for him, to be honest. But there was also something today that came out saying that he told Bild he would stay in Leverkusen 100% this window. So that's very interesting if that is true as well. And also another player that I saw today was Domenico Berardi, that said if he was able to choose where he would play, it would be for Liverpool Football Club. But do I think Liverpool are going to sign him? No. Not that I think that he's too good. I just don't think that we would be interested in him, to be honest. And a lot of people's asked me about Fekir over the last couple of days, today especially, and Leon President has spoken recently and said that what was it he said? Ulus, however, spoke to the Le Journal du Dimanche. Obviously, my French isn't that great, guys, but as we all know, Liverpool fans got very good at speaking French when we was linked with Fekir. But he said, if we qualify for the Champions League this season, we will only sell one player this summer. So you can take anything that Ulus says with a pinch of salt. He speaks out of his bottom most of the time, doesn't he? To put it lightly. But yeah, does Fekir end up leaving the club? Look, he doesn't want to sign another contract extension there. So it's very likely that there will be a lot more rumours linking him with Liverpool. I said it before, Klopp identified him as a player he wanted. It fell through for whatever reason, but he did do an interview with Liverpool, was wearing the shirt. Do we reignite the interest? We shall see. Brandt makes sense, says Joel Turner. Thank you for your comment there, Joel, saying that you think that Brandt makes total sense. He's a quality player. I said my main views on him was, does Klopp go for him now, or was Brandt's time to join Liverpool maybe a year or two ago, because we were linked with him heavily then. What's going on with Werner, says SA 7 Games. It's a good question there at the moment, mate. I haven't got any recent updates when it comes to Werner. He's definitely on the list for me to keep an eye on, because obviously Liverpool have been heavily linked with him, and he's a player that I would like to see come into Liverpool as well. So definitely stick around on the channel, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will update you as soon as I know any major stirrings with Timo Werner, because I'm sure we're going to see a lot more with that. Gurmit says, happening Daz, my boy. You're right, Gurmit, mate. Good to see you in here tonight. Hopefully with the updates that I just did there, going over things, those of you that are just joined have got that. And also, don't forget another massive update, in my opinion. Liverpool have been given the home changing rooms for the Champions League final. So Spurs have got the away one, and Liverpool have got the bigger and better changing room. So that's another positive for us going into that final, isn't it? Keith Logan says, what about Rabiot? Nothing new there either, my friend. Obviously, quality player that he's got a choice to make, hasn't he? I haven't seen anything before when I was taking my notes today basically on him, but he's another player that's on the list for everyone. So Keith, definitely I will keep an eye on him as well for you, my friend. Mr. AJ says, I think De Ligt will join a Barca, to be honest, but he would be amazing for us. Mr. AJ, good to get your opinion on it, my friend. If he chose to join Barcelona, that's fair enough. I think what it comes down to is, preference of, does he want to go and play in their league or England? Does he think that if he come to Liverpool, there would be too much competition for a place because he is only 19, even though he's one of the best centre-backs in the world? There's a few aspects there. But when it comes to financially and stuff, if Liverpool really do want to sign De Ligt, we would stump up 80 million for him, in my opinion. And financially, we could offer a similar, or if not better, package than what Barcelona could do, i.e. weekly pay and, benefits in that sense. So, we'll see who he does pick, but I think Virgil van Dijk is going to be a massive pull there. People talking about De Jong to Barcelona. But like I said, I think there's a window that Liverpool could get in there first if we're interested. Barcelona have got to sell a few players before they can stump up a massive 80 million after the De Jong fee that they're paying out as well. So it's definitely going to be a lot more talk with De Ligt moving forwards, but the window opens 16th of May, so I just wanted to get this one out there because there was a lot of talk about it today online. A lot of you was messaging me about it, going, what's your views on it? Do you believe this? There was rumours as well saying that De Ligt was definitely coming to Liverpool, and I just wanted to come on and say I don't believe that it was De Ligt's definitely coming to Liverpool, but however, this is what's gone on today that I do believe and what I'm seeing. Mr. Smooth says, Daz, you have made my evening, mate. So happy you're back, bro. Thank you so much, Mr. Smooth. You lot have made my evening as well. It's been absolutely fantastic talking to you all. There's nothing better than speaking Liverpool, is there? And, as much as I call it silly season with the transfer window opening, it is entertaining, isn't it? Dissecting transfer rumours and what we think is going to happen, who Liverpool being linked with, are Liverpool going to sign this player? It's brilliant. It is brilliant, and let's be honest, Liverpool are going to be linked with all the top names this summer, because why wouldn't we be? So my job is a very serious one. I have to try and make sure we know what's going on and what's real and what's not, okay? So I have to take it serious. That's why I've got 3 pages of my big notepad today with notes in, and I've got notes on the computer as well, tons. Honestly, with everything I've done today, it's been ridiculous. I've spent hours today going over everything for this stream, but it's been really good to do a transfer stream again. Mane Salah, Aubameyang, says Cobra, all the top goal scorers this year. And did you hear Jurgen Klopp talking about that as well? He said, all of my players. He loves it, doesn't he? Oh, Jurgen, he loves it. 3 golden boots, says Antwango. It does seem that way, doesn't it, mate? They've got to give them all a golden boot, haven't they? Louis says, Daz, what's your thoughts about rival fans trying to claim that Everton stopped us winning the league? I personally think it was Leicester and West Ham. It does make me laugh, Louis. I'll put it this way. Everton fans, if that's the main thing that they've got to hold on to, that they stopped Liverpool winning the league, then it just shows how small their club has become over the years. Because, I'm not even thinking about what stopped Liverpool from winning the league. I'll tell you what, Mickey put it perfect when he called into the match reaction stream after the Wolves game. He said Liverpool didn't lose the league, Man City won the league. Okay, so there was 1 point in it. If Everton want to claim that point was down to them, then good on ya. We've got bigger things to think about. We've got a Champions League final to think about, and next year we're going to be challenging for the title. Everton are going to be thinking about trying to claim a point from Liverpool again. Good on you, Everton. Oh, each to their own, everyone. Each to their own. Mohammed says De Ligt would like to join a club with a winning team, a great history, Liverpool or Barcelona, more so. Yeah, you know, both clubs have got big histories. Both clubs are attractive teams for him. But for me, you know, Premier League, I think, is just edging it these days. The competition's massive. The weekly wages are better. The money that's pumped into the Premier League is ridiculous. I just think it's more attractive. Like I said, it's just a geography thing, isn't it? Whether they prefer to live in a certain country sometimes. This is what De Ligt had to say a little while ago. Of course you would want to learn from him, i.e. Virgil van Dijk. It's very helpful playing alongside him in the Dutch team. It could happen, De Ligt joining him at Liverpool. He plays for Liverpool, a good club, but I'm not focused on them. So that was obviously talking about, you know, maybe playing with Van Dijk one day. Interesting. We shall see. Maxi Gomez, what do you think? Oh, what, George? Would I take Gomez? No, not for me, buddy. Not for me. But I know there's one or two people that have said about him to me, so I think there's other people that want him. Joshua says, would Sane actually go to a Premier League rival though? Sane's not leaving Man City, let's face it. Look, Liverpool was linked with Sane. He chose City. Yeah, you know, he's a good player, isn't he? Sane's that player that I don't like playing against because he always seems to do something against Liverpool. He annoys me in that sense, but he's a good player. He's doing all right for him when he plays. He's got a magic left foot. You know, when he gets in a certain area, you just know it's a goal. But you know, he's no Sadio Mane though, is he? He's no Sadio Mane. What do you think will happen with Coutinho? Says Quinn. I think they're going to sell him, Quinn. Obviously, for those that have just joined the stream, you know, there's an interesting thing today where, let me get this back, because Phil Thompson has suggested that LFC might have put in a buyback clause for Philippe Coutinho, but I don't think Liverpool are going to get him back. Neither do I particularly want him back because he chose to go to Barcelona. Klopp told him to stay and become a legend, and he chose to ignore it, and he went to Barcelona. So I think we've moved on from Philippe Coutinho, but I know a lot of Liverpool fans would still take him back. Don't get me wrong, I know he's got ability, but so have a lot of other players out there as well. But yeah, I think Barcelona are going to try and sell him. If he plays 100 games for Barcelona, Liverpool, they have to pay us another 17 million because it's one of the add-ons when it comes to Liverpool when we sold him to Barcelona, basically. So at the moment, there's two add-ons that Liverpool didn't get for Coutinho. One was 4.4 million, 4 point something million, and that was because they didn't win the Champions League, and that was because Liverpool kicked him out. But like I said, that's a 4 million that we don't care about because we're still in the Champions League. Wicked. And the other 17 million, he hasn't played 100 games yet for him. So, you know, they're not happy with him. It hasn't worked for him there, has it? So why would they want to pay another 17 million for him when they could sell him before that? So I think that's what's going to happen. People in the live chat earlier were saying, how would I feel if he went to a rival team in the Premier League? I said it would be a weird one because obviously he was a Liverpool player and it wouldn't seem right, would it? And we know that he's a good player, but do I see it? No. I think he'd go somewhere like PSG, maybe Juventus. I don't know. I've just got that in my head. Mark Harris is in the building. Good to see you, my friend. He says, what about the agent, Daz? Ain't he banned? What will go on there with transfers? I'm not too sure at the moment, Mark. It's very difficult with what's going to go on there. I don't know, but De Ligt definitely can move, is as far as what I'm aware at the moment. So yeah, I haven't seen anything online that says De Ligt won't be able to move because of this, but we need to see more over the agent stuff to find out exactly. But like always, if I get a full write up on it and I know exactly what's going on, then I'll break it down and I'll tell all of you on the channel. Because we need to know, don't we, that? Because it's important, especially if we want De Ligt. Didn't Coutinho pay 10 million of his own pocket to leave? Antwango, that is what was said. There was something that he basically bought out the remainder of his contract, or along them lines. So, you know, if that was true, then it's just another reason why you wouldn't want him back. Look, players do that all the time. Was it in a malicious way? Probably not. He just, Liverpool was like, you've still got a contract, and Coutinho's like, can I pay the contract off? It's business. We support Liverpool. We're passionate about Liverpool, but to them, it's like a business thing, isn't it? Paul says, Daz, Martin Odegaard, where is he now? Oh, the youngster. Are you talking about the youngster, mate? I don't know fully. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't kept track of him, mate, to be fair. Obviously one to look up. Then why don't we buy Dembele from Barca? Coutinho will stay then. A lot of people wanted Dembele. I remember when we was linked with him before and we did a couple of streams on him. Another player that hasn't just quite worked at Barcelona. Would it work if they went to another team? It would work with Jurgen Klopp, wouldn't it? Because you know what he does to players. But Dembele is another player with a lot of talent. A lot of people want backup for our front three or someone to add to that front three. You got Werner in there. You got Pepe in there. Is Dembele going to be a name that might be thrown in there by a lot of fans? Possibly, mate, possibly. We've earned 160 million from our runs in the Champions League this and last season. It's incredible, LFC, Aaron. Absolutely incredible how much money we got, and we got a lot to play. Jazz says, hello, mate. I've missed you. I've missed you too. How are you, buddy? Good to see you on here. I'm watching from almighty Kazakhstan. Good to see you in here tonight, mate. Like I said, I've missed everyone. It's really good to be back. Good to see you all in the live streams again. It's fantastic to be, doing the live streams again. Did a watch along for a Wolves game the other day. Going to be doing a watch along for the Champions League final. And don't forget, everyone, another update which I did talk about on the watch along, but BT is actually streaming it on YouTube as well. So if you haven't got BT, you will be able to watch a game live on BT on YouTube as well. But I hope that you still have my watch along tuned in at the same time, so we can all celebrate together and stuff, and talk about the game. That'd be fantastic. Thoughts on Julian Brandt, as says Louis. I think he's a top player, mate. Like I said, I went over his stats earlier and that. I think Dortmund are favourites to sign him, but we're up there, aren't we, linked with him as well. Something that came out today was apparently he told Bild that he will 100% stay at Leverkusen over this transfer window. So we'll see what happens on that. But, Brandt's a quality player, mate. Lewandowski would help us, says Bob. Lewandowski's a quality player that I would take at Liverpool as well. But are we about to see Lewandowski past his best? That's the question. And Wango says, another few Andy Robbos would be great. I second that. Rossi's in the building. Think we should go in for Zaha, but depending on the price, and swap Mignolet for Joe Hart. Good to see you tonight, mate. I hope you're well. Zaha keeps getting brought up. I can't get over the United thing. Do you get where I'm coming from it? But I do think with his his ability, how he plays, what could Klopp do with him? He could do a lot, couldn't he? Probably. The final on Sky Sports or BBC, Daz, says Paul. I don't know whether that is it, because obviously BT's got the rights and everything, mate. I'm not too sure at the moment, Paul. But yeah, I remember people saying to me, BT going to do the same thing as last year and air it on YouTube? And I was like, I need to look that up. And I looked it up and I saw that they was doing it. So I definitely wanted to make sure that you lot was going to know that as well, because it was a big thing that everyone was asking. Do you reckon Origi will sign a contract? Adam James? Yes. I hope so. Anyway, he's played himself into a new contract. He looks like a new player again under us. The one thing is, will Origi want to stick around, isn't it? But there's a lot of rumours that he's going to be having new contract talks over the summer. Same bracket as, James Milner having new contract talks, and Jurgen Klopp apparently being offered a new 5-year deal as well. So we'll have to wait and see. But as always, I will keep you all updated. As soon as I know it, you will know it on a live stream on YouTube. AK says, what are your thoughts on Suarez now after his antics over the two legs, Daz? Don't like him, AK. It's a simple answer, really. I think he was disgusting with how he was. Liverpool player, did a lot for Liverpool, left, still admired his ability. I thought, fair enough. And then after the way he did what he did, and I just think, one word, karma. Tried to take Andy Robertson out. Andy Robertson had to go off, and now he's out for the remainder of the season, isn't he, for him? So, yeah, I don't like seeing players injured, but the fact that he tried to injure Robbo and everything else that he was doing as well. It's very interesting, isn't it, that karma struck when it comes to Luis Suarez. Origi's our lucky charm, says, and recently he definitely has been, hasn't he? Jael says, I think we need a new striker to secure our title hope. Anyone else agree with Jael there? A new striker to help secure the title run next season. Obviously, a lot of people have been talking about getting Werner in, or at least a backup for the front three, someone that can play across the whole front three. Pepe's being linked with Liverpool heavily as well at the moment. He's a fan favourite going into this transfer window. And agrees. He says, agreed, Daz. DZB says, Paul, he is gone, I think. Tony says, Timo Werner, please, that's my dream signing. Tony, well, hopefully your dream comes true then, because I would like him as well. Mr. Smooth agrees as well. Good to see you guys are agreeing there. Bob says, I agree, striker to rotate our present front three, different type for different type of games. Lewandowski. So Bob wants to see Lewandowski come in, or a Lewandowski type striker, I'm guessing, like I was talking about earlier, like a plan B sort of striker. Could Origi be that? Possibly, I said. Someone big, someone really powerful in the air. You've got Robbo and Trent, two top assist lefts and right backs, can put that ball on a dime into the box. And I think, to me personally, if you had someone that was a real powerhouse in the air, that could take Liverpool to the next step as well next year. Because let's face it, Mane, incredible in the air. Bobby scores some great headers, and Salah, they all are good in the air considering they're not big players. But if you had a powerhouse in the air, Giroud on a free in the summer, anyone maybe that has been brought up on there, I don't know. We shall see. He definitely wouldn't be a starting 11, but it's an option. Tony says, how much is the on the bench LFC mug? Don't mug me off there, Dad. Oh, how much is that? I'm not selling it, mate. I haven't got anything. Literally, my missus made that for me. Remember when my on the bench LFC logo was that? And I've got the t-shirt on as well, which got the same thing on it. She made me a mug and a t-shirt for the live streams, just for me for my birthday, back when the channel was within a year of starting, but that was a couple of years ago now. But yeah, I absolutely love it. A lot of people have asked about that mug. They really like it. So yeah, it's something that you guys have all asked about merchandise over the time, and it's something that obviously I will look at moving forwards. But at the moment, I just really enjoy talking Liverpool with you all, and that's the main thing, keeping you lot updated. Oh, I love his name. It's the Origi, big 12-incher Origi. Yo, my friend, how are you, buddy? Good to see you in it tonight. I hope you're well. Tommy Edge says, Brewster has them all turned over in the training, Daz. Mate, he's a quality player, I'm telling you. I think he's going to shock some people when he gets some game time. Definitely, Tommy. I can't wait to see him personally myself, because I'm a big fan of Brewster. Big fan. Daz, did you buy the new LFC home jersey yet? I haven't yet, Paul. I've been saving my pennies up, and then my missus turned around and said to me, because it's my birthday on the 24th of May, she said she's going to buy me a Liverpool top for my birthday. And I was like, get in. What a result that is. And I was thinking to myself, oh, what one do I get? Choices. And then have a guess, put it in a live chat which one you think I went with. I did say it on the watch along, so some of you will know, but what Liverpool top do you think I am getting first? I nearly said thirst then. It's the way I speak. Adam says, should Brewster be given a chance next season or be sent out on loan? I think he's going to get a chance, Adam. I think he deserves a bit of a chance as well, but I think Klopp gave him some assurances, because he did sign that contract to stay at Liverpool instead of moving to Germany like the rumours suggested. John Richards says, hey Daz, hey John mate, good to see you tonight buddy, boom. Hope you're well, hope you've had a fantastic day. Hiya Daz mate, says nightlife as well, good to see you in here as well. A lot of lovely faces coming into the building now. Hope that you've all been fantastic. Yeah. The Black Keeper's top says facility time. And Mono says Alisson, keeper kit is OP, says Mr. Mac. Yes. And LFC for Life says black short sleeve goalie. One is an assist. So for those of you that did answer the black goalie kit, you are 100% correct. I have gone with the goalie top first. However, when she was looking it up, she's like, everywhere sold out of it. It's that popular, everywhere sold out. So I may have to wait a little bit for it, but she's in control. The missus is the boss. She's in control of getting that for me. And when I've got it, I will do a review. Not that a lot of you will need a review, but I know a lot of people was asking me to do like a kit review on it, so I'll do that. And I believe Mickey's going to do a review. He did say that he'd do one for the channel, but I haven't got to speak to Mickey about getting that up so we can upload that as well. But I'll do it. I won't open it until I get a camera on, and we'll do it on the channel for you lot as well. For those that haven't got it yet, you know what it's going to be. You know, I'm literally just going to open it and be like, oh my God, it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. Oh, it will feel like a winning top, I'm sure. Daz, should we sign Bissaka from Palace to rotate fullbacks? John Richards, that is a huge shout. He's very talented. Can always trust on you to come up with some big things. Yes. I said it. I think James Milner is basically our backup at the moment. Moreno's looking like he's going to leave, and Gomez is the backup for the right back at the moment. But I did say, depending on what goes on with the other centre backs and if we sign De Ligt or whatever, but I wanted Gomez to kind of stick to being a centre back and to grow in that role and not keep chopping and changing between right back and centre back. But yeah, I think he's a very good player, mate. He would be like the Andy Robbo sort of player, wouldn't he? That some people would be like, nah, don't sign him, and then all of a sudden under Jurgen Klopp he would blitz it, I think. We heard we're linked with Ziyech and would love to sign the Ajax keeper and as an Alisson backup as well. Yeah, there are rumours about Ziyech, mate. Yeah, I keep calling him Ziyech, but it's Ziyech, I think. There are rumours there about that, and he's definitely a name that I'm going to be keeping everyone updated on moving forwards. I think it's around 25 million is the rumoured buyout clause there. So with a player of that talent, 25 million is a steal, isn't it? So we shall see. Do you think Milner will leave, says Henry? No, I don't think he will. The only thing that I've got in my head is like what Connor rightly said, was that James Milner wants to see out his career at Leeds. So he's got a year left on his contract. Does he just play and keep it as a year, fulfill his contract at Liverpool? So I think we'll have a year at least from him. I don't think he's going to leave this summer, but there are rumours that we're going to try and sign a contract extension to him. Does he accept that? Something that we're going to have to keep an eye on, isn't it? Good night, everyone, says Ashley. Good night, Ashley, my friend. You take care. Thank you for joining us tonight. Please leave a thumbs up on the live stream if you haven't already. It's muchly appreciated. It helps the channel out a lot. And yeah, if you've enjoyed the content and the updates today, then thank you for doing that if you have already as well. I think Wilson will get a chance this season, says Rossi. Not world class, but a decent bench player. What do you think, mate? I did say it. I'm intrigued with Wilson because I think he's a quality player, but I'm wondering whether Wilson's going to push for a move away from the club. Because does he see a future at Liverpool? Does he feel like he can get into the first team? Does that make sense? Good evening, Dazza. Welcome back. What's the latest on this story? Is it legit? Good evening to you. Go, mate. Good to see you in here tonight. And thank you for saying welcome back. It's good to be back. Is it legit? The De Ligt stuff is De Ligt legit? Oh dear. That is mental to try and say. Yeah, so the De Ligt stuff, basically, it's, he's confirmed that there's conversations ongoing, but no deal has been agreed or anything like that. And the two clubs that everyone's talking about being linked with him is Barcelona and Liverpool. And the real question is, do Liverpool want to sign a centre-back this transfer window? And if we do, I think that it would be De Ligt that we're going after. And obviously what we're hearing today is that Barcelona might be a little bit worried that Van Dijk is being a little sneaky agent, secret agent, and trying to bring De Ligt to Liverpool. So that's very interesting, and I can't wait to see how it pans out. Russ says, hey matey. Hey Russ, how are you today, mate? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. John says, Daz, looks like Jurgen may try and get Julian Brandt. He's only 23. John, yeah, I spoke a lot about it in this live stream. I said I believe personally that Dortmund are favourites to get him, but 25 million release clause, good stats for last season. And there was something today that said that basically he had told Bild that he was 100% going to stay at Leverkusen over the transfer window, like he will remain at them for next year. But how true that is at the moment, we don't know. I mean, it's Bild. Is it true? Is it not? We don't know yet. But, Dortmund, I think, are probably favourites to get him. But Liverpool, heavily linked with him. Is he a good player? Yes. Would I take him? Yes. He's one of them names that I would take. Mr. Smooth. This show is tops. Thank you so much. I did see the first part, but obviously, like I say to everyone, I tried to keep it. I'm getting better at reading the comments before I read them out. I tried to keep it as PG as possible, just for the people. I know there's a lot of subscribers on here. They watch it not when it's live, maybe late at night, even though we're late at night, but they're watching it at different times of day as well, and they're watching it back, and they have young children with them, so they asked if I could try and curb as much language and stuff as I could. And to be fair, do you know what I mean? I said there's no need for me to really swear or say things that should really affect young children. I've got a young son myself, so I try my best to keep it PG, but I respect what you said at the same time, and I'm glad that you're enjoying the stream, my friend. So yeah, if I don't read out certain comments that you guys say, it's probably just because I'm trying to keep it PG on the stream for those young children that are in the background. I got rid of him, Tony. Someone said there. Tony said Chelsea is timed out. Well done guys, for dealing with obviously other fans. Don't forget though, if someone comes in that are from another team, like other fans, we have got subscribers that support other teams that generally they're not here to cause problems. They just love football and talking about football, so be careful. As long as they don't try and upset Liverpool fans in the chat, then it's good. It's good to be able to talk to other fans and get their opinions on Liverpool and what they think as well, you know. DZB says, good on you, Paul. Matip has been immense as Wango. He has been good. Mr. Smooth says, my bad. You're more than fine putting it, my friend. It's me. I'm getting a lot better at reading the comments before I read them out. So if you notice, I missed the first bit out. I was doing good. 02:06 AM. And here I am, lol, says, yeah, legend, yeah. Well, it's 11 o'clock here now, so I will be wrapping this up shortly. I've been going for 2 hours and 20 minutes. God, time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? Everyone talking about transfers, talking about Liverpool. We've discussed a lot today. I hope you've enjoyed the updates that I've done today. Obviously, Liverpool having the home changing rooms for the Champions League final is a massive one for me. The De Ligt talks, Pepe as well has been thrown in there. Phil Thompson has suggested that maybe Philip Coutinho's got a buyback clause in the deal when Barcelona took him as well. That was interesting, but not that I would take him back personally. Joshua says, Connor, Matip has earned it if we sign no other centre back, in my opinion. Yeah, Matip's been brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant. 3:38 AM, Mono says, with a fist pump. Well, massive shout out to all of you that have stuck up and stayed up late at night with me while we're doing this. And for those of you that haven't watched this live and you're watching it back, big shout out to you. You're as much a part of these live streams, even when you're not live. As I said, leave a comment down below. Let us know your views on everything, because I read all the comments. Even if I don't reply to all of them, I still get to read them. It's just, don't forget, I'm a family man. I've got a son. I'm trying to juggle everything as well as read all the comments and reply to everyone as much as possible. Sometimes it's just impossible to try and reply to you all. There's so many of you now, isn't there? But I'll try my best as always. It's great to have you back, Dad, says John Richards. It's great to be back. Thank you, John. Thank you so much. Get to speak to you legends all the time, don't I, John? Paul says Joel Matip has improved a lot. He's been a massive improvement. Massive. Ruben Neves says Wiz. I don't think Ruben Neves will leave Wolves, is my honest opinion. Quality player, though. Quality player, Wiz. Chelsea love low-level flying. They do. With a transfer ban, if Hazard leaves them as well, massive blow. God, I really have missed these streams, says Rossi. Oh, thank you so much. I missed them too, honestly. When I was off, it felt like a part of my life was missing, which it was. It was a big part. I used to say to my missus, because I do a lot of late night streams, I used to go to bed and go, I feel on edge. I feel like I'm missing something, and I couldn't go to sleep. And it was because I hadn't sat and spoke to all you lot on a live stream. It's weird what it does to you. Colin says, can we get to 10k before the start of next season? I believe in you guys and girls. Yeah, obviously we've got 8,442 subscribers as it stands. The target is 10,000 still to get to 10,000 subs before next season. Obviously we've got a Champions League final watch along to do. We've got build up shows leading up to that. Transfer windows open on Thursday the 16th of May. So lots of transfer breakdowns and stuff as well. And not to mention, mention, you're not just subscribing to see this silly face talking about Liverpool. You're subscribing because you're a Liverpool fan and you want to get your views heard, and I will do my best to get your views heard by reading out your comments. You can call into the show, and also you're subscribing to talk to this lot in the live chat. They are the best on YouTube, I guarantee you, and we are the best fans in the world, aren't we, everyone? Right. I think that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm going to wrap it up there. I'm going to make myself a warm cup of tea because this has very much gone cold now. And I wish you all have a great evening, a great day, wherever you are, whatever time you're watching it. Hope that you all have a fabulous rest of your day. And if there's any more tomorrow on transfers, we shall dissect it, and I will be talking to you. But tomorrow night my missus is at work with my son, so if there's a live stream, it might be earlier in the day. If there's not, bear with me. Wednesday we'll be on with a big live stream going over everything. But yeah, if there's a major transfer stuff to talk about, don't get me wrong, I will be on in the daytime tomorrow to let you know, or a quick fire video for you lot, like we used to do, within 10 minutes, all the news as quick as I could. Wow, those were the days that I don't know how I did it. It was immense trying to do it all. Mr. Smooth says, great stream. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. Mark Harris, $9.99. Thank you so much, Mark. Massive shout out to you. Little Dono for the top night dads. Thank you so much, Mark. Big shout out for Mark, everyone. What an absolute legend. Mark, honestly, I appreciate it so much. Thank you. And also Damien, if you're still there, my friend, for your donation earlier. Massive shout out to you as well. But to all of you that haven't donated as well, all of you, just for joining me, you're all legends, as you know, on this channel. If you're a subscriber, you're a legend. Right, thank you so much, everyone. I've been on the bench LFC. You've all been legends. I will see you in the next one.